Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no.
We here.
That's it. We out here. You can use the headphones, Jaybee. I don't like.
This time?
Yeah. Oh,
Dude. There's
dude.
some cord right there too if you want to plug it in.
Have you seen her speak Spanish, bro?
Yeah.
That shit is muy caliente.
Oh my God, stop it.
Yo, tell me, hey, remember that guy that I handed off to you?
Mm-hmm.
That big chunky dude? Mm-hmm. Yo, he looked at her, he was like, and then she started, he was like, oh shit.
And then he brought his whole damn family over there.
I know, with all the damn questions.
All the questions. All right,
yo, tell me why JB like actually send me a photo.
Nigga, because he's like, yo, I'm fraud.
He's like trying to give me evidence. Like, I believe you,
I'm
dog.
Fraud.
I believe you.
I am not fraud. Let's play this famous shit.
For sure.
Are these wireless or do they hook in somewhere?
Oh no,
I feel like
right
I'm
here.
being real fraudulent.
No, right here. That's funny.
Yo.
Here's a volume 2 if you need to adjust it. Fourth channel, that's you.
My shit right here. Ooh.
Dude, you have headphones or not?
On me?
Yeah, or no?
Got some AirPods.
Oh, no. Okay, for sure.
Okay,
I'm trying to
AirPods. You work at Apple or no?
I love the AirPods. What do you guys think about the AirPods? No?
We all don't need headphones.
I haven't used them, so I don't know. But I know I lose stuff very easily, so.
So you wouldn't fuck with them?
Nah, not me. That's an investment right there. 160, shit, I could wear some shoes for that.
130 EPP?
Oh yeah, with that EPP. Yeah, still shoes.
I just like to use them like when I work out and like when I dance, because a lot of times like when I just be like moving around, like, you know, I would just have like normal earpods, and I would hate with the cord one just pull out. I'm like, dude, fuck this shit.
I just put on them Beats headphones wireless. I don't
feel
have those
that.
either. 300. Ooh, not me.
Hey, we get them for 40% off during Christmas time.
Oh, God is good. So I'll be getting them during Christmas. A whole bunch of things I'll be getting during Christmas, like my watch.
Is that when your 3 months hits?
That's when, yeah, like December 15th, I'll be getting my young 50% off on that too.
So we'll share this. No,
We should have,
you and JB will share. Me and Tommy will share.
we should have some introductions.
Introductions. Let's do some introductions.
Let's talk about the neighborhood.
Let's talk about the neighborhood. I'm too ADD'd out in order to fucking like. How's the feedback on that?
On what?
Right here.
The mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on my phone right now. Fuck.
JB, you hear me on the mic? On the headphones?
Yeah, I hear you. You're fine. You're fine. Check. 1 2 1 2 3.
I know. I'm just trying to make sure. I probably should go barefoot so my shit don't sound like all like. Sound like a rubbing ass. I can't, man. Stay moving since you know. Huh? Hey. All right, y'all. This is episode 7 of the neighborhood.
Is it? That's crazy.
That's it. 7. 14 hours later.
Feels like 70.
It does feel like 70 with all the chops and shit. We got JB in the building.
Hey, wait, didn't we have a JB?
We did have a JB. Hey, low key, we fired that other JB. We replaced him. No, I'm playing. JB on, JB on the way. He on CPT time like the rest of us.
Hey.
But he's the worst with it. So we got JB. We got Tommy. Hey. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Tommy, JB. What we getting into today?
Man, I'm just as curious as y'all trying to figure out what we getting into today, you know what I'm saying? But we'll find out soon as this podcast keeps happening, man. But yeah, man, I'm just, guy from Oakland, man, just trying to make things happen each day. Trying to be in the present, you know?
Snap it, snap.
Oh, yeah, we snapping.
Do we curse on here?
We can do whatever the fuck we want. We say nigga, we say shit, we say this, that, and whatnot. Bitch, shit. Fuck.
Okay, long as I'm not being called nigga or bitch, we good.
Well, shit.
That one's cool. What it do, y'all? It's your girl JB. Singer, actress, survivor, speaker, everything that starts with an S seems like, except for sexy. I'm
Sexy's in the eye of the
in
beholder.
this thing, that part. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Behold. Yeah, I'm in this thing. Y'all stupid. I don't like being the only girl places, but I hold my own. I'm just happy to be here. So what's good?
What's good?
Yeah, I think in 2017, like that stuff doesn't even matter anymore. You feel me? Because it's like, what is being a girl? What is being a guy?
Let me put the fan on real quick.
Don't put that on. It's loud.
It's loud.
Take this jacket off. I'm good.
Oh, you good? Okay, for sure.
All right, live your life.
I'm for sure gonna get me a chair because
I
my
like
ass
that
is...
Eminem shirt.
Thank
That's
you.
dope.
I was looking at your TikTok and the fanny pack. We like for real, like. I'm just saying.
Yo, twinning? What?
That
What's
part.
up?
I actually do have a twin.
Oh, you do?
I do.
That's dope.
Yeah, she's cool. She works for Microsoft and
Microsoft.
I work for
Oh,
Apple.
interesting.
I know.
Evil twin.
Shit, that's the evil twin right
What's her
there.
name?
Her name is Jasmine, but she goes by Jay. I'm
Jay.
Jennifer, but I go by Jaybee.
Jennifer Jaybee. Okay.
Shit.
And why
She
JB?
JD and you JB?
No, she's just Jay.
She's just Jay.
She works for Microsoft. She has like locks. They're like super down to her butt and
That's dope.
stuff. She dates women. I am bald. I go by JB, work for Apple, and I like men. So
So
it's real opposite around here. But that's my best friend though.
that's dope.
Dope. Shit.
She draws. She's an excellent artist. So we're both creative, obviously both Pisces, because people definitely ask us, when's your birthday? March 14th. Well, when's yours? Definitely the same date. So, yeah. You'd be surprised at how many people say that. So, yeah, I have a twin.
That's
some
funny.
dumb nigga shit right there.
Yeah.
That part.
When's your birthday?
I mean, there could be the happenstance that it's like 11:59, 12 o'clock, but
I feel like
no.
that's just people not listening with intent. They're
Not
just
even
like
at
robot
all.
mode. Here's the
Yeah.
script. Okay, here we go.
They're just waiting. They're just waiting for their turn to talk.
I said hello. I said lol.
They're waiting for their
Pretty
turn
much.
to talk.
Waiting for the next one.
Pretty much, definitely not listening to understand what I'm talking about. So I could be like,
They ain't listen to shit.
And the dog, and her name is Dog. They're like, oh, that's so awesome. So and like, I just told you my sister's name was Dog, and you believe me? Cool.
Dog. Would it be D-O-G-G or D-O or
Oh, hell.
D-A-W-G?
Probably D-A-W-G. We from Compton, so we got
Dog. What up, dog?
Exactly.
Shit.
dope.
Well, fuck. I want to talk about this. We
fuck.
Well, fuck. We all work at Apple.
Yeah.
Shit. We ain't gonna talk shit because we ain't trying to lose our motherfucking jobs. We're trying to pay this goddamn rent, okay? Fuck. But I will say this. We about to endure some shit.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
You know so. You've been there longer than all of us.
Shit. I mean, I just saw I had the one day on the weekend off. I was like, what? But remember they kept preaching about like mental health, like, meditate, being a zen, a minute a day,
Talk about mental health, man. Do you know how long we had to answer? When does iPhone X come in stores? It comes out November 3rd, and pre-order is October 27th. You could even start October 26th at midnight if you want to be one of those people, But you have to answer that question every fucking day, like over 20 times.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. And they get mad. You don't have it on display, so I can't touch it? No. I don't.
Yeah, folks are
you
coming
can't.
in. They'd be like, where's iPhone X? November 3rd. They're like, what? Yeah, it's not here till Friday. So
They think I'm gonna pull it out of my pocket or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have it.
like,
How much does it cost? Bitch, you don't even go on Apple.com. These are like simple questions.
But they know how much it costs.
Hey.
They just want you to tell them.
they don't even say hello. Hey, how much iPhone 10 costs?
First of all,
What happened to
complete
hi?
sentence.
What happened to hello?
Doesn't
And you
matter.
stepped on my shoes, motherfucker. What the hell? I just had toe surgery, bitch.
Running in here for something that's not even in here yet.
For real shit.
Yeah.
It's like recess. Oh shit, I'm ready to get the fuck
But wait,
out.
are you getting it? That's the question. No, of course you are. Yeah.
I have to. I'm a little techno nerd. That's it. I mean, I gotta take risk. You know what I'm saying?
All
They're
right.
like, hey, Aaron, don't follow your friends. If they go jumping off the bridge, bitch, they're following me. Shit. What the fuck
started
you mean? I jumped off the bridge first. They follow me. You gotta go talk to their parents. Hey, don't follow
Trendsetter.
my son. He's crazy.
Well, you probably were smart
Shit.
enough to bring the parachute with you. They just following because they see you jumping.
I probably bring a inflatable boat.
Okay. Well, something that'll help you land. Everybody else landing on concrete. 'Cause you
Yeah,
land in
shit.
that water. That's done.
That's true. That part. Damn.
So you can
Jumping
still
into
jump.
shit.
You just got to be prepared.
Thank God I know how to swim. Shit. Cause I'll be sinking if with some of my friends, they jump in like, oh shit, where'd he go?
Outta here.
Bubbles is spirit. Oh shit. Remember the time Dad drowned?
Yeah, that was a very pivotal moment in my life.
Yo.
Okay, he got real
Bruh,
sad about it.
I was over here, because I was over like in Florida, and I think maybe I was like 15 years old or something like that. And then my dad was like near the deep end, which was like 10 feet. And I go like, and I, I'm trying to just like play with my dad, and I run, and I jump in the water, and I jump on his back. And then when I jump on his back, like he's in the water, and he's like this, and he's like, and I see him drowning, and I'm just swimming. I'm like, like I'm laughing, I think he's just like messing messed up. Oh, he's gonna come back. But then he's really drowning. I'm like, oh shit, like my dad can't swim. And I go in the water and then I push his stomach up like this, and then he's still just like, oh, like panic. And I grab him and like swim to the side of the pool and I put him there. And then he's like, oh, I'm like, Dad, you okay? He's like, yeah, don't do that again. He's like, I can't swim. I was like, what? Like, and in my mind, that goes to show me right on some privileged shit, because our mom had us fucking in swimming classes when we were little.
No.
So I thought, oh, like, you know, he should know how to swim. He's like 40 something years old around the time, right? He should know how to swim. And then he didn't know. And I was like, damn, like, I'm fucking lucky I know how to swim. And my dad over here still struggling. You know what I mean? So that was the moment that, like, not that, like,
so you almost killed your father, is what you're saying.
yeah, in my mind, I saw weakness, and my dad was always strong. You feel me? He was always the one, like, in my house, if you did some, even with my cousins, they're like, oh shit, don't get Theo on mad. He'd be like, what, you know, don't do whatever. You know what I mean? If he said don't cross that line, he would just look at you. He's like, better not cross that line. You're like, oh shit, because if you did cross that line, you're gonna get fucked up.
Of course. So what's your guys' nationality? I've always been so curious.
American nationality is my home nation, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I know what I'm asking, sweetheart. I'm getting ready.
Okay.
Get ready.
Yeah. We're all American. You feel me?
Yes.
So are you asking about ethnic background?
What is your ethnicity? What are your parents' ethnicities?
Got it. So we were raised to believe that we're Puerto Rican and Dominican, but what the fuck is that?
Black.
You feel me? What is that? Check it out. So just like just how she said, oh, nationality, I'm American. We're all American. If you go to Puerto Rico, they look like this. You feel me? All of us. You can have black Puerto Ricans, white Puerto Ricans, mestizo, you know, mezclado.
Bro, we saw Asian Puerto Ricans. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, so on the island, people are very mixed. So around this last Christmas or the Christmas before, Aaron did like a DNA test, the Ancestry.com.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And then on our thing,
That
it comes
part.
up African, Greek, Spanish, Portuguese, Native American.
Basically, we're like, I would say 55% or 60% like Iberian Peninsula. So like just that fucking Spanish fucking shit. But it's all like the same shit. You know, we had Middle Eastern in there, everything. And then it was 30% like Africa. And it was like West. I think it was said specifically like West Africa. Okay. So, you know, we
had like 15% from the Congo.
We like everybody else, man. We got a little bit of everything in us.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
So that really
we
helped
just
me.
didn't have no Asian in
But
us. That was a little disappointment in my heart. You know what I mean?
That's chill. But that solidified in my mind that it's like, dude, I'm a human being. Because like one of my biggest musical influences and just life influences, like I got 3 people. It's like Bob Marley, Muhammad Ali, and like Bruce Lee. And like Bob Marley is like one love, you feel me? Because like he wasn't accepted by black people, he wasn't accepted by white people, and he was stuck in between. So that kind of mindset, because I grew up like that, it's like, damn, like sometimes I feel like I don't belong to any fucking group, and then people be like, no, you don't understand, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I felt the black man struggle, I felt like a Latino struggle, like all kinds of shit. So it's like in the end of the day,
Bob Marley, Muhammad Ali, and Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So music and fighting.
Yeah, that's what I do. I fight. Yeah,
Okay.
I started with fighting.
I was gonna say, because those two, my dad, for 18, well, how old am I? 28, maybe like 22 years. He's been a 8th-degree black belt in Kajikembo.
Damn.
So he fights as well.
Yeah.
So when I see, he always had like pictures of like super great influences, boxers and things like that. And he used to play the guitar, which is where I got my musical influence from. So that's just interesting that you say those 3.
But it was bigger than fighting, though. It's like these guys were philosophical. Yeah, you can't forget that Bruce Lee's a philosopher. You can't forget that Muhammad Ali was fighting for something bigger than himself.
Hello. And Bob Marley himself. I mean, I've heard so many quotes that he said in videos that he said, like some of the most prolific things I've heard in my life. So that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, oneness with the mind and the body, man, to find peace, right?
Straight up.
Trying to search for that.
Goddamn.
You know?
Yeah, because he feeling it. Yeah.
Damn.
That's what it is, so man. We always tend to forget that. You know, we focus too much on our bodies and we forget the mind. Times like we focus too much on the mind when we forget to live. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So yeah, man, that's deep. Just have those 3 influences, you know. What about you, Aaron, man? Who's your influences over here?
Myself, shit.
Oh my God.
For some reason, I believe that.
I do influence myself.
I do believe that though.
I look in the mirror every day. I say,
response.
nigga, you the one. No, I'm playing. I would just say like my grandfather, I would say, just because like that was the individual who was the hardest worker in my life that I felt. And I saw everything he accomplished in terms of like arts. Like every fucking morning, like he raised me essentially. Like, you know, my parents raised me, but like I was with him when I was a kid growing up until like grade school. And so during that developmental stage, like I always saw him like working on music, always singing, always trying to write music and stuff. So I was like, even though he's older, because like my grandfather's What? He's 20 years older than grandma? He was old. Basically, that nigga
She
was fucking old
She was like
when I was
19.
a kid.
He was 44 when they got married.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was his fourth marriage, too.
Hell yeah. But
He's like, we gonna get it right this time.
And she was like, oh, shit, that nigga got a car. He got a phone. Shit, that's my nigga right there. That's basically what she says. She's like, grandpa had a car. That's what I wanted. I was like, fuck, grandma, you're a gold digger. That's what they call it back in the day.
He was a nice man.
He was a nice man. Yeah,
He had a car, a job.
So he's a provider.
Oh,
JB.
that's the knock. That's the pause.
That's the neighborhood now.
That's it. Who's there? Who the fuck there? Who the fuck there? Hold up, pause.
Pause.
So he said grandpa. Grandpa's his influence. That's cool.
Shout out to grandpa.
I feel some type of way about another JB being here, but we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, snap.
He said the only?
I'm the only JB.
Well, now when you walk in here, you're not.
Yes.
Have beef already.
Hey.
You didn't have no traffic. Get your ass out
Hey.
What's going on, man? Tommy.
JB, not to
JB, right on.
Oh man, it's hurting my heart.
Hey.
What's up? How you doing? I'm JB.
So we got a JB and a lady JB.
Well, we got a JAYBE. I'm sure he's just J and a B.
Yeah.
I'm the long JB.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some water? You need to use a bathroom or anything? I just closed that shit.
God damn it. Fuck.
Well, we should have probed for the right questions. You feel me? Right? Before you brought him to the Genius Bar, and they're like, God damn it, you don't even know your Apple ID.
Hey, you know when niggas come in and they're like, yo, I'm looking at a computer. Okay, so you want a 15-inch MacBook Pro? I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Dollar? That's that West Coast.
So you work at Apple too?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Santa Monica.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's the store.
My best friend works at the Promenade, right?
Yeah.
She works at H&M though.
Oh, H&M for sure.
But
Yeah.
my bestie. Hi, Lauren.
I love the promenade. It's always like popping. You know what I mean? There's
so
always
I've
something
heard.
going on.
I've only been there like 2 or 3 times, and not for long periods of time. But every time I've gone, I just like the atmosphere, and as far as like people go, I call it like the rich Venice Beach.
What is
because Santa Monica Promenade. Oh shit. I call it the rich Venice Beach. I feel like people that got money are over there.
Yeah.
People that's
So,
poor
so.
on Venice Beach. You know, they do their music thing and sell their stuff, but it's like the grassroots of it. Santa Monica Promenade is like when we've made it, you know, but we still out here trying to do our
Trying to
thing.
grind. I feel you. There's a lot of dancers. Yeah, all that.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's how I just see it, which is why I don't go. Venice Beach is for me. I'm poor.
I feel it.
I
So
don't
what, you
belong.
don't like the money or what? Or the attitude?
I just don't belong. I don't feel like I belong there.
Why?
The people are just.
This land is your land. This land is my. This motherfucking shit's for everyone.
If you feel like you don't belong, then that's a way that they could keep you out psychologically, right?
Psychologically, but you gotta force it in. That's it.
That's why I still go, but I don't like. It's not where I feel
Your
comfortable.
preference, right? It's not your
Yeah.
comfort zone. You're
Not
like,
your forte.
Manhattan Beach is not my preference, but
I
I'm in
feel
that
you.
thing, you know.
I feel you.
So-
I feel you. I feel the same way when I go out to Hermosa. Like,
Oh,
I have
and
fun
I'm never doing
sometimes,
that
but
again,
it's
by the way.
Yeah, the vibe is
That
off.
hard.
Yeah. Sometimes
I'm gonna
we
change Hermosa, okay? I'm gonna run that motherfucker. Watch. The South Bay's ours.
just need new people
That's
in
the
there.
neighborhood.
That's it.
That's it.
Last time we went, it was weird. It was a bunch of like older, like,
That's exactly. Oh
white,
wait, you were
like-
there.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You were there.
yeah.
We tried to make
shit.
something
Yeah,
of it. You feel me?
trash.
Yeah,
We
but it was
did.
trash. When I first walked in, I said, "This bitch is trash,"
Yeah.
and I kept drinking. And I was like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
trying to have
Try
some
to
kind of
make
fun.
it.
I think over time it just changes. You know, things just change.
Things always
Go ahead,
change.
close that nigga.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Everything's a nigga.
I see. I'm like,
She's like, "What?"
Yo, grab a cup out of there, JB. I got in the water. But yeah, no, the grandfather
I got
thing.
that in the water. What? What do you have? Do you English, motherfucker? Do you speak it?
well, we just found out he's not from here.
Uncle Ruckus, the first nigga from the block.
English,
Oh my God.
motherfucker, do you speak it?
No, but back to the grandpa tip. I don't know. He was just a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he owned a grocery store. Like, he ran my family. Like, he did everything. He basically did
boxed.
everything. He boxed.
He
He
sang.
fucking sang. He did it all. But I think the number one thing that I liked was that my grandmother was always saying he always allowed other people to come in the house. Like, I would come home and there was always someone new here. But basically, he always had an open door policy. Like,
Awesome.
He
it
trying
don't
to help
matter.
people,
He
yeah.
tried to help people. And I
Awesome.
resonate with that. So like me, I'm always trying to invite people.
Is that
I'm
why
always
you're
trying
a pro?
That's why I'm a pro. Shit, I always try to have everybody included. You know what I'm saying? JB and I were talking about that. We were all talking about that last week about when they first met me. They were like, "Yo, nigga, this guy fucking weird." Yeah. Oh shit, but it's just a vibe, you know. Like that's all I bring is fucking craziness and just like everyone. That's me. I'm a little bit of everybody. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So my grandfather was a little bit of everybody. So that part.
A chameleon.
But a good kind. You know, I ain't no snake.
But it's,
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, bitch. I'm gonna get that shit right now. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Hey, we got 2 JBs in the building. This is a fucking. That's it. If I got hit by a car,
Do you now?
here we go. JB, welcome. JB, I just need to ask you
We
this.
sharing this, my brother.
For sure.
CP time, dog. What the fuck, nigga?
I had moves in Burbank. My apologies.
Okay, it's alright. I know Burbank. That shit fucking a bitch to get out of.
Because on Wednesday.
Because the Netflix headquarters is there, so today I had to work out of that office. So I apologize.
It's all good.
I'm tired as fuck.
You here?
But I'm here in the neighborhood.
You here in the neighborhood, bro?
It's back.
How you feel?
I'm all right.
You all
I'm
right?
tired.
You seem winded.
Yeah. I was busy today.
This nigga fucking look like he just ran a mile. Bitch, you better calm down.
I'm busy, dog. But it's good to be back on the neighborhood.
I just got a PR, 603.
So are you guys from Apple or like you just friends? Okay.
we were at Apple too.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you show up on time. You find out who people really are, okay? So, JB, Tommy both work with us at Apple. I say us because, nigga, you still in that bitch. I know you're going to be there trying to get your iPhone, okay?
No, I go to Santa Monica. I go to the Grove now because I can walk there. So I would come, but it's just too much of a trek to come to Manville. Even though that's where my niggas at, but I can't fuck with Manville. It's too far.
It's too far.
It's way too far.
The traffic, right?
It's bad.
It's funny because it's not far. We were just talking about earlier. It's not far, but it's far.
With traffic, it's
so
far.
I think the first thing we should really get into is talking about how to better mass transit and just public transportation. You feel me? Because everyone keeps talking about you can't have no subway or kind of train system.
Whoa.
Yeah.
LA's too spread out. I think that's a fucking excuse.
That's
bro.
bullshit. I was just going to ask Tommy, how did it feel moving from the Bay down here? Because I know the Bay, the only traffic I ever felt was in the city. Everything on the outside was oh yeah, it's traffic time. I'm like, damn, motherfucker, I went through this shit in 20 minutes. What do you mean traffic? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, back home, you just don't drive to the city, to San Francisco, man. You catch the BART out there, and then you bus, and now they got Uber and Lyft. Just makes life so much easier going around the city, But yeah, when I moved out here, I was like, dang. You gotta be ruthless to drive out here.
Yeah,
without even trying to, you start getting a little bit of anger. I never had road rage in my life, and now little things start coming out I gotta catch myself every now and again. Man, I was like, what's going on out here? It's just too many cars, man. And we thinking about some type of mass transportation, something like that, man. I think more money needs to be invested in that, into the community as well, man.
Yeah.
Well, more money is being invested into that. There's a lot of gentrification going on in the LA, Inglewood, Crenshaw area.
Oh,
There's that whole metro train system that's being plowed into, businesses and stuff that I've been going to literally my whole life. I know you don't know because you been in the Bay, but I'm from Compton, and I moved there at 9 years old, so I'm not for that. I'm for the transportation part because there's too many people here, but I'm not for the stopping of businesses that have been here over 30 years and stuff, and the families and stuff that's being forced to move.
Yeah,
I feel you on that. Well, it was we were talking about in terms of Santa Monica. I don't feel like I belong here, right? I was talking to some dude and he was like, yo, it wasn't like this before. He was in Culver City and he's like, this shit is just fucking changing like a motherfucker. Yeah. He said, Culver City, he's like, yo, this shit used to be all black people. And he's like,
I used to live in Culver City.
He's like, now it's just fucking all little yuppies. He was an older cat, but he was just
that's crazy because I would have never got that. Moving out here, I thought that's what Culver City was.
No, I used to live in Culver City. I went to elementary school there, kindergarten, first grade, and it was for sure white people over there, but it's definitely a lot sprinkle of pepper as well, and it's not that now.
Which is funny to hear because
you know what I'm saying?
I got here a year or 2 years ago, and I lived in Culver City, and I would have thought the same, that Culver City was yuppie city, that's where everybody who was the hippie. I would have never guessed they had a black population because I rarely see niggas in Culver City like that. So that's crazy to hear that it was actually a black.
For sure.
But it's just the gentrification is at a widespread now, and
back home too.
Compton used to be white.
Yeah.
George W. Bush, not the one we know, but his father lived in Compton for a whole year. actors and stuff used to live in Compton. Like it's wild once you do the research.
Hawthorne used to be white too. You feel me? Lennox and all that. But it's like, so it's like, how could you kind of manipulate or even control gentrification? Because the thing is, like, our whole system is based off of money, and this whole like continual growth in the gap of like income inequality, right? The more that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, it's like the more that the middle class disappears. So there just seems like there's no stability for anything really. It's like, how I'm trying to ask, how could you even try to control this? Because like I said, since our system is a capitalistic system, right? I don't even know what to do. I really don't know, right? What laws can be put into place? Because they'll just be like, nope, fuck that.
Well, I just feel like it's access. Like, if you think about it, this is what I feel. Tech is making it even move faster. And I think it's moving it faster because who has access to tech? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we're just talking about the iPhone. The iPhone's fucking gonna be $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit really don't have to be $1,000.
What I'm saying is, if you don't have money, you don't have no say. If I don't even have money, I can't get that iPhone.
Feel you.
I don't got $1,000 to pay. Oh, don't worry. We got special financing. 30 months.
To
pay
keep
this
your
up.
ass credit.
I still gotta give you a fucking $1,000 or more. That gotta be like, well, this can't go to my groceries. I gotta pay this to you. I'm in debt to you, master. Thank you.
Nah, but I just feel like they're forcing us to like work in tech. You know what I'm saying? They're forcing us to move in one direction. Like I see this right now as like when people were working in like the automotive factories and shit like that. And they were like, yo, this shit pays a lot. Like, you can do well. And people genuinely were making dope ass money. But you were working for the automotive industry. Now you just working for the tech companies. It's the same shit. Same fucking, it's just a different book.
Different day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different book, same fucking chapters. It's just like, I don't know. Tommy could probably speak to it the most because he was in it.
Well, I was just saying, man, even in our jobs, what do they have for the young ones right now? They're teaching them how to code. They're teaching them how to build
I don't know
things,
shit about it.
Shit.
We over here trying to, this part of our job is to try to tell them that this is the future. Tech. We ain't got to tell them that. They can be the artists they want to be, but that's how they're already programming things. We see these cool things. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, he said programming.
Yeah, that's the future. But, yeah, we take it to a deeper level. How can we program this back into our community, right? That's what we're trying to go for. Isn't that what we're trying to...
I feel you.
That's right.
That's
100%.
It's difficult because local businesses right now are getting kicked out, right? But we need the local business in order for our community to thrive. Back home, man, there was an area where they had placed a new McDonald's, right? But it was in like a more...
Flip the mic.
Flipping the mic.
Yeah, now your voice is crisp.
I was like, something.
Okay. I didn't know it was a back or a front.
That was the engineering in me. I was like, his voice is not optimal. Flip it.
Okay. Is
now let's
cool
EQ it. No, I'm just kidding.
But like I said, it was a McDonald's that was in this one community, right? But this community is more yuppie, like, so no one was going to this McDonald's. That McDonald's ended up closing down, man, and they opened up an organic shop right there. So it's possible, but again,
it's about the people and choices.
Yeah,
You don't have
and
to buy
also,
that iPhone.
the people with money also kind of control what's happening in that community right now. So I honestly don't know the answer to that, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I will say this.
Hard.
No, it's what we talked about today. It's like, here, I'm never fucking leaving Torrance because this is where I was born and raised.
Build it up.
And we talking about this. Like, people
up.
leave the city because they're like, oh, I'm trying to get out. That's why I really like that 21 Savage stays in his hood. Like, people are like, oh, well, he's in there. Like, yeah, but you still need to fucking, like, own that shit. You need to help your community out. Like, when we make it, we're going to invest in our cities. That's it. We're going to keep them connected. Because at the end of the day, like, people just, I got mine and I'm out.
Yeah.
I got mine. Nigga, did you hear what you said? You said, I got mine. You didn't say, oh, I got mine and I'm going to help my others out. You know what I'm saying?
When it was probably the people that was around you that helped you get there in the first place.
Yeah.
In Compton, I don't know, Jaybee didn't hear this, but in Compton, I don't want to say I'm kind of a big deal, but to me, I'm trying to be a big deal in my city. I don't want to be a big deal outside of that yet because I want to do for mine first. So I went to high school in Compton. I ran for Miss Compton. I run the Compton open mic. I go to all the schools in Compton and talk about, my survivor story and having cancer and coming out of that, and, and just being this dope ass person that I'm trying to be and telling them like y'all could do it too. I already know the stigmas that come with coming from there. Have I seen Kendrick? Yep. Have I seen Dre? Yes. Have I seen all these people that's come from this city and have built, empires and become millionaires and things? Yes. But do I know a female that's done it? Can you name
facts.
one?
That's facts. That's
part.
facts, yo.
So I'm trying to have the key to the city. I sit with the mayor.
That's dope.
Like
Clap,
every
clap,
month
clap.
and do stuff with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to have that next, and I want to show them that not only can these dudes do it with music, but these females can do it with with positive vibes, with community service, with music as well. So it can be done, and I'm gonna show them.
Yo, damn, you got a follower right here. Let's talk about that. Yo, because the thing is too, like with like hip hop and just like women in general, it's like not that they're forced, but it's like for women, I feel like it's harder because it's like you are so pressured to sell out for sex. You feel me? Like it's just like the way I'm addressed is like you want this pussy, this and that, and it's like damn, like yeah, I'm just waiting for like a woman artist to really just be like, not even like, oh, I'm looking at her like, oh, it's a woman artist. Like, you're just a fucking artist. I'm not even thinking about your sex, because the first thing that guys are not even aware of it. The first thing they say if a girl pops up, they're like, damn, I want to fuck her. Like, so in some indirect way, they're just saying like she's sexy, and it's like you're not even listening to her music. You're just looking at her first, and that's fucked up. That women are judged just based off the physical attributions first before the art, and that goes back to what we value in society. You always see a rich guy with a bomb ass girl, and yada yada yada. So,
but then she's the gold digger. Why she can't just really like him?
Right? Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but going back to what we were talking about, like the whole, because coming from Detroit, I'm now seeing a lot of there's a new hey, what's up? Mad respect. But coming from the city and then moving out here, a lot of people was like, oh damn, how did you make it out of Detroit? Ain't that like Iraq? And it's first of all, it's not as bad as people paint the picture. But what's happening now is like Amazon just bought one of our biggest shopping malls that we had, which was Northland. So now you can start to see gentrification. Like there's this place called the Martin Luther King Homes. We call them just the King Homes. And I went back for a couple of weeks for a wedding, and no disrespect to white people, and I vibe with white people.
I don't.
But you see you see them now going shirtless, running down the street in an area where people who were white, it was a rare sight. Like if you had to be in the cut in order to be white and be in the King Home. So it's like I'm starting to see the city change in ways that it's really affecting the locals. We got Dan Gilbert buying up multi-million-dollar businesses and putting in fucking subway stations and going back to local businesses. So like to hear you guys, it's funny because I don't plan to be here the rest of my life. California is not for me, and it's crazy to hear you guys talk about going back and building up your own, because I do believe that I'm supposed to go back to Detroit and really say, let me rep my city and do what I need to do. So this is all on time, but it's crazy to see that white people are now adopting this idea that poor cities or poor neighborhoods is where it's at, and let's make it's not about helping them, it's about making money off of them. And so they're like, well, let's take this idea of rugged and market it in a way that says this is the place to be. This is where it's cool because it's rugged, it's different. That's cool. It's the jungle. But then what happens is you lose the essence of what Detroit or Hawthorne or Compton is, because of the fact that you're trying to take this ruggedness, market it, and then it becomes too big and too great and too glamorous. And now you look for the next thing and say, okay, what's the next ruggedness? And then now you just have a whitewash.
Black people went and
exactly.
That too.
And now you just have a whitewashing of cities and places where minorities used to live, and we have nowhere to go, and now we're trying to still find our voice. So I think it's very important for us to go back and say, I'm gonna keep this what it was, and it's okay to make things look better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying let everything look fucked up. Keep the burnt buildings. That's not what I'm saying. But make sure that we have local businesses that can contribute to the area, that also say, I'm gonna still look good, but I'm gonna also cater to the minorities here because y'all just pushing us out.
That part.
Jaybee, so being from Detroit, man, let me ask you a question real quick. I don't remember where I seen this or read this, man, but like because of the current status quo of Detroit, there's just a lot of jobs that are not on the market. Folks is trying to get by with whatever they can, right? To the point where folks started running their own business straight out of their homes. And then these empty lots, these empty spaces are being transformed into urban farms. And they're using that to localize into a community business now so that they can serve organic plants and vegetables to the community. And I think that will bring Detroit back into its prime of what it used to be. I truly believe that, and Detroit will once again be one of those like places that we're gonna follow through.
It has to rise, and I respect you for bringing that up, because what happens is that a lot of the buildings that the land, so these low priced homes sit on a lot of land. So you have a house, and then there's probably about 600, 700 square feet of just open land. And what happens is nobody. They didn't know that they could purchase that because they just didn't think about it. They were like, okay, I don't know how the numbers of the system work. So you pay for the house, but you also pay for the fucking property tax where the house sits on. So you're paying for the house plus the land that you're not even fucking using. So people said, okay, well, if I'm paying the property tax for this barren ass land that I'm not using, and y'all charging me for the shit, how about I take something and say, let me do something great with it? And so that's when people started converting it into farms and shit like that. But now what's happening is that the price of homes are so low that people are now buying the house and then buying the land. So it's not just I'm gonna just use the land. They're actually buying it and then thinking about either building on that or still using it as farms. So like, but the issue is you got to be careful, is because now those organic individuals, aka white people or Whole Foods headies, they're now seeing that as a way to make more money, and they're saying, okay, well, there's a black person who owns the house, but I want to own the land that the house is on, so that way I can then do exactly what the black owner would do, start a farm and make money off of your land that you're not using. So it's a catch-22. You got to be smart about it and really understand how the land in Detroit is working, because if you really understand where the money is, you can prosper in Detroit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for, at least with the driven community, you know. And that will be like a model for everyone else to follow suit.
For sure.
If it stays within the community.
But that's the key. It has to stay within the community. And I'm afraid, you know, I know at least 15 people in my circle on Facebook who immediately went to go apply to Amazon. Why? Because there are no other jobs that people can do in Detroit. So they say, okay, well, fuck, I'm not making decent income. Why not, you know, work for Amazon? Work for the man and get this nice check and say I work for Amazon, not realizing that the more they hire outside of or inside the community and draw them out, we lose the actual cultural value of the land, and then we become just another city who's been transformed by white individuals.
I was just about to ask you, like, do you think it's education? I think it's 100% education because of this. Absolutely. My grandmother came over today and she was like, yo, like, my house is worth $700,000. I was like, Grandma, no, it's not. Your land is actually worth like $1.5 million. Because the thing is, you're in Hawthorne. You're right. You're close to the state where the stadium's going to be built, Grandma. Like, let's be honest. The people who live like in downtown, they're going to want to desire that. But the thing is, the ones that live a little bit outside, they're going to be like, I'm cool with a 15-minute bus ride or a 15-minute train ride. And that's what I think is like, yo, they target people. Well, first of all, people who live in lower income areas are not the most educated. They're most street smart, but not the most educated. Hence why, like, you're like, oh, they'll go up to a black family and they probably say, hey, I'll give you double. And they're like, shit, I'm about to go. I'm about to get mine.
But they don't know the market value of their house.
They don't see the potential. That's the thing. A lot of people don't see the potential. You know what I'm saying?
I have no choice if I'm getting... I mean, I think right now you probably could get a decent home in Detroit for $100,000, and that's. I think that's even. It might be lower than that, but. So they come in and they present it as, well, look at your area. It's shitty. It's burned down buildings. You don't have anything to offer. This is what I'm giving you right now. And they're actually pushing families out. And so what happens is now they have that land, and then they know fucking Amazon's coming. All these other tech companies is coming, because downtown Detroit is becoming a tech hub in Detroit. And so what's happening is they're like, if we push them out and get them while they're ignorant, we can then upsell the land after building it. And then say, okay, now it's worth $250,000 or $400,000. Okay. And so now you've moved the black family out who paid $50,000 and then selling it back for $400,000. So it's like we have, as black people, especially in Detroit, our education systems are terrible.
Trash.
They are one of the, and that's why I had to get out for the time being. Yeah. That's not to say I abandoned them, but I had to get myself educated in other places in order to come back and say, okay, this is what y'all missing. We have some of the worst education systems within America, in Detroit, in Michigan. And so what happens is we now have to reinforce what it means to be a black American. And all we're doing is sticking to the fucking textbooks of mathematics, the sciences, but we're not actually teaching anything about economics, about setting yourself apart and saying, how do you run a business? All we're doing is saying you do 2 times 2 or 4 and you pass this ACT, you straight. No, you're not. Because we're not giving any of our kids any other information to say, how do you live outside the books?
In our hood, at least.
And so it's like we're doing them a disservice. And I honestly feel like somebody has to be a leader and say, look, this is what we really need to do. Yeah. But when you have people like, and this goes back to Raylon's point, when you have a lot of people who have money, Dan Gilbert owns the fucking Cavaliers. He has pay. So he can come in and buy up shop and renovate and re-innovate and say, this is what I want it to be. And if I have no cash, I can't compete with this because I can't stay open. I got to take the $50K offer. What else do I have? I have no job. Yeah. You know, no one's here yet. Mind you, they're coming. So
they know it too.
It's
and
like,
and then they try to flip it and make it say, "Hey, this is your opportunity to get a job right now."
Exactly.
We about to put
they
this
pay
here.
people to be propaganda pushers.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
Just to drop some, man. Since the beginning when America was made, the founding fathers made sure it was confusing, man. I took a poli-sci class, and the biggest thing I learned is politics is meant to be confusing. It's supposed to keep you continuously confused and not knowing.
So that the major 4 or 5 people can continue to make
the
the same shit.
And peep this even deeper. You know, I forgot what it's called, man, Constitution, whatnot. You know how I say some in the pursuit of happiness?
Yeah.
You know what it was originally written as before it got edited?
What was
in the pursuit of property. Why do you think that is?
So whatever you can buy.
Because property can't be resold. Property is yours
mine.
To keep.
It's an asset.
Exactly.
It's an asset.
And that's what a lot of these big time folks got.
Speaking to what you said about Amazon just put a big corporate building in Compton too, right across the street from my house on 135th and Central. And the mayor came through and said, you know what, you can go ahead and be here. We're going to provide these jobs for these people. You have to hire at least 35% of the people from Compton to work in this place. So I think that was a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
I think that a lot more cities should do that and say, okay, yes, other people from other cities can come work here, but you have to hire
within.
At least blank percentage of people from this city to work here. So that's exactly what they did. I think that was a good thing to kind of push for it. I do notice that a lot of, bigger corporations are, planting their feet in these lower income cities because they don't have anything. Compton doesn't have a movie theater. They don't have a whole bunch of stuff, but we're getting one next year. Wow. Like, I think it just depends on who you're putting in office. You have to know who you're putting in as far as the education system.
Agreed.
Detroit for sure. Chicago for sure.
For sure.
Compton Unified School District is trash as well. My mom ran for school district because she was like, I went to Centennial right next to the house, and that's where Kendrick Lamar went. And it was condoms on the ground. They didn't have no books. Man. People sitting on tables. There's 40 people in here. The teacher can't tell them nothing. The parents are coming in here saying, what's wrong with little Ray? Why is he failing? It's because he don't listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
The parents is getting mad. It's like the lack of education is so strong. It's ridiculous. I went to Bishop Montgomery for 1 year in Torrance. Obviously, you guys know what that is. And then I went to King Drew in Compton, and I know the difference firsthand of that system and learning in school in a LAUSD school. The type of things that we were learning is not the same. I was a freshman there, and I'm like, damn, we just learned this in senior year. I learned this in freshman year. People always ask me, how you know Spanish so well? Because I learned it in high school, my first year. Like, it's like the dynamic is so different. You can't expect people who don't really care about your people, or where you're from to teach you who you are and where you're from. You have to be taught differently. So when I see people that want to teach their children, African arts and homeschool them, it's because we're not being taught the right way. We're not being taught the same thing, but we all given the same test. Right. The SAT test is the same for everybody. How am I pass it when you never taught me that?
Right. Yeah.
I can't just think of it. So the shit's backwards as fuck.
Yeah. And one of the big things what you were talking about too was like history. You feel me? Like, history is a big thing, how they program us to believe certain things about America when America's history is very dark. We came into this land literally raping and pillaging like the native population, right? They didn't even have a concept of property.
By the time Columbus was done, man, over 30 million Native Americans were gone. Nearly wiped out.
Man. Genocide. People act like that's not murder.
And what's crazy was they was kind to him too on top of that. And what's crazy was he wanted to please the king of Spain because he messed up. He was supposed to go to India.
Yeah.
So he was like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just wipe these guys out, bring some over to you, and then that
Here
started
you
this
go.
whole
Man,
mess.
he also I saw like a History Channel special. He also became obsessed with gold. You know what I mean? The like just getting gold. But the thing is too, like he lived a horrible life and miserable, fucking died. And yeah, bro, there was just so many resources. Like when you talk about just like Europeans in general, like I have this whole like theory in my mind that like Europe like was limited on resources, because I always figured I sat here right my whole life. I talked to you about right how I was saying about my experience growing up. Like I felt like stuck in between, and it's like I'm trying to figure out, you know, essentially like it's not their fault, but kind of like, okay, man, why Europeans essentially rule the world, essentially, you know, like half of the world. They took over Africa, Latin America, and North America, right? But it's like their area, if you see it like on a geographical standpoint, they're so like isolated and like they're right next to each other. So you got all these people essentially fighting for resources in one area, constantly getting good at military strategy. Then once they go out to the continent of Africa, they're like, holy fuck. Look at all this land. Look at all these resources. Gold, diamonds.
And they not using it?
They not using it? They just chilling over here? Right. Mine, bitch. You know what I mean? Then they just take over. Then they delegate. They're like, hey, he thinks he's better than you, but you're actually better. I'm going to give you some power. Take over. Matter of fact, since you're lighter skinned, you're going to run this shit. Then you get in their minds, and then they teach their kids. So it's programmed. You know what I mean? Oh, lighter's better, this and that. So.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this. We ain't saying we hate white people. No, it's just like it's being real. Time out.
No, because I'm all for one race, right? But we need to tell the story. Like if it was black people,
just be honest,
it's a real story.
Be honest.
Okay,
yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Let me finish though. If it was like, let's say like Africans that were in the position that fucked up, I'd be like, yo, like they misdid the rest of the world. But it's the Europeans that kind of fuck shit up. And even to this day, bro, you know what I mean? Like for instance, they don't talk about like in the Congo, right? When they were fucking getting like rubber, they would literally, if they didn't come back with like they had a quota, right? You need to have like 100 of this, yada yada yada. If they didn't come back with that quota, they would chop off your fucking hand.
They still doing that now today. Shell gas station, that's what they do.
Wow. Yeah.
They do it in Nigeria, in Benin. They do that right now today. I don't even buy from Shell because I know that.
Damn.
But it's all education though. If we knew better, we could do better.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That part.
But they don't want you to know.
They don't want you to know.
Yeah. And what she say? Shell industry.
Yeah,
it's business,
and it's gas at that.
It's gas.
Yeah.
We at war for that shit right now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
We all use gas. We're forced to use gas.
And once you know, and once they know that you know, they try right away to try to fix
they gonna come find my ass
situation.
tonight because I know they listening to the neighborhood.
We no longer do that, guys. So it's okay. Continue.
Let me issue my Twitter apology.
Don't listen to Bernie Sanders. He's a socialist. Don't listen to him.
All that.
Man.
Yeah.
That's fucking
y'all talking real heavy.
Yeah. No, so we have to restructure education. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, it's just like this. Like these two kids came into the store the other day, and I was like, "Where do you guys go to school?" They were like Chadwick, and I already knew off the top of my head because I worked with this kid that went to Chadwick. They teach you coding as a freshman, bro, and as you get higher up, you can learn that. So they're basically. The education systems that are in place right now, they're basically fueling certain industries. Think about who the sponsors are. When I used to work at the Y, bro, the first company that sponsored us was Chevron. I was like, why Chevron? Well, one of two things. It's like what you said. They want you to stay quiet. They don't want anyone in this area to know that they're poisoning us. They don't want anyone to know in this area. And I was thinking, damn, Chevron? And everyone's like, oh my God, no, but they're good. They give us money and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they give you money, motherfucker. But you don't understand.
Until you get cancer and you can't pay for that.
Yo, I went to fucking North High School, bro. We were just walking around there, nostalgic as fuck, vibes. Watching the marching band, I was like, yo, they sound fucking amazing. We said,
no, but yo, that's the future too. That's the vibe we had.
Look, we were like, yo.
That was us.
That was us. And I was like, why is it so small? It's because they're not fucking educating people. They're not saying, yo, try and expand your horizon and go out and do your own thing.
But they don't want money in any creative outlets.
They don't want no money in any creative outlets because what that does is anti the establishment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember every day looking out of my science class, I was like, damn, seeing the smoke come out of the stacks. I was like, yo, this is some Simpson type shit, bro. We got these fucking plants right over here, and when we're having all those issues and all those explosions and shit, I was like, yo, these niggas ain't woke. They fucking don't even know what's going on. It's like, you keep getting controlled by money instead of understanding, hey, this money ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I always think of it like this. If the power goes off, you'll see real niggas come out. That part. That's it. I mean, look at Puerto Rico. We were just talking about Puerto Rico earlier. There's no fucking power. They have enforced curfew, bro. The whole police staff is working overtime because it's like, yo, we can't control these niggas. It's like, yeah, because they're like, yo, we need to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the ones who got money, they're like, oh shit, I'm protected. I'll
hide
put
your
the
kids,
wall
hide
down.
your wife.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Shit.
Yo, but the low key though, now's the time to come up in Puerto Rico. If you're trying to get some property out there, if you starting to start some shit, talk about community. And like we said when we went over there last time we traveled, me and my brother were like, damn, bro, I see so much opportunity.
Let me ask you
but this is who needs to bring it up. People not from the island, just like that white couple we saw from Connecticut, where the fuck they were. They made like that juicy
I could agree.
shop.
I was gonna say, are we gonna be
Puerto Ricans who are not Puerto Rican? Because we're gonna bring different ideas.
Because if other people come there and try to say,
because it will just end up just like Detroit.
I'm about to say it's gonna be like Compton. They're gonna be like, oh no, y'all coming in here trying to take our stuff? No, we're trying to help you.
But here's the thing too: some Puerto Ricans are closed off to like Puerto Ricans like us. You feel me? Because they're like, oh, tú no eres de la isla, and you know you forgot where you came from. But it's like. Nigga, I wasn't even here, bitch. This is my favorite artist. Grew up with black people and Japanese people, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a problem in that. Like,
you ain't dark skin, you ain't got
same with Africans, same people with from Nigeria and stuff. They don't like African Americans because it's like you're not African. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not from the continent. Which is a continent. I have to keep telling people that because I wear Africa around my neck, and people every day at the store are like, "Is that Idaho?"
Oh my god, bitch! Stupid. Bitch.
I'm like, somebody get this bitch an iPhone so she can look up. Why don't people know that it's a country? Right, that part. Like, it's not a country. It's not a state. It's a continent.
Education system.
Jesus Christ, it's crazy. People don't even know Egypt is in Africa.
Bro, they're dumb as hell.
Like, it's really dumb to me.
Let's talk about that. I hate that whole stigma that like Egypt and Moroccans, they're not African. It's
no,
like, yo,
it's in Africa.
Shut up. Oh, the Egyptians was one of the greatest civilizations that happens to be in the continent of Africa, but they're not Africans because anything that's black is bad and it's just stupid.
Come on, angel food and devil food.
No, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, black as devil.
But that's propaganda.
But that chocolate cake better than anything you ever had in your life. That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck?
Bro, the fact that you even call a group of people black is off because we were talking about this last time with color codes, right? Mm-hmm. White is pure. It's, this and that. Black is corrupt. It's evil.
That
it's
goes
bad.
back to like Darwinism and like science shit. They just started naming shit.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Social Darwinism.
All that. Fuck
yeah. And we talked about the other time with Samuel Morton, essentially like with the skulls that they said, that the African skull has like dimples of servitude. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like when you read, that's the thing. And they need to teach us this because I was learning this in college. Like you said, we did not learn this when we were 7 years old. Yeah. They told me, well, the Pilgrims came here and then we had a Thanksgiving dinner. So do the turkey trot.
Right. Get your cornucopia going.
Yeah, it's all good. It's like, no. Oh, they're kids. They shouldn't know that. No, but they should know that. Yeah. Because then they could see what we fucked up and how to change the world.
That's why I fuck with Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice? What's that?
The movie Beetlejuice?
I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not good with movies. Everyone's always like, did you see that movie? I don't watch movies.
I need you to watch
Beetlejuice, nigga, the one that wore the black and fucking white stripe shit.
Even if I watched it, I don't know.
He says his name sometimes he come out.
Yeah.
Hey, let's try it out. Let's turn this fucking light off right now.
I'm out of here. Thank you guys for having me. All right. It's too close to Halloween.
Evil shit or what?
No, it ain't no evil shit. I mean,
Beetlejuice, like the Addams Family, like shit like that. Like they have a whole scene in there about Thanksgiving and stuff. And Wednesday Addams is like, so they murdered us and did it. Even Pocahontas, Disney's Pocahontas. I mean, they made it sound so beautiful and stuff, but that song
she had fucking herpes and like shit on her. Like, come on,
I'm trying to tell you,
depict her like how she really
like
looked.
what really happened. John Smith raped her first of all. But the song "Colors of the Wind," the lyrics to that song always resonate with me. I sing that song a lot. And she says, like, you think I'm an ignorant savage and you've been so many places. I guess it could be so, but still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be so much that you don't know? And she's like basically telling him, like, you've never seen my land. You've never seen anything about me. All you know is I have gold and you want it. But my definition of gold, they thought it was corn. Oh, you want gold? Oh, here. And was ready to share it and everything. No, it's gold. It's what you have in your land. They didn't even have it. Like, it's literally education from the not so smart, not from the poor, and from the rich. You guys need to learn what it is to be us.
Let's learn together.
Together,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. That's why remember when we went to Portland? Yeah. They have laws in place to stop that shit. Like we were on the street and it was like, basically, and this information might be outdated, but essentially, they have propositions in place that force you. if you're rich and you're making X amount of money, there could be a nigga right 2 doors down that makes like 30,000. You're making 130,000. Like they force you to be in those neighborhoods because they're like, nah, we're not gonna have all these rich people. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna commingle. Exactly. And they have a lot of fucking.
How do you feel about that? You think that's a good thing?
I think, you know what? I believe in commingling. The reason I believe in commingling is I fucking grew up in North Torrance. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, this is what I learned. I learned when I exited out of my fucking area, all the other parts of Torrance were like, you live in North Torrance? It's ghetto over there. You next to Lawndale and Hawthorne? I'm like, bitch, what? There ain't nobody over here, nigga. If anything, bitch, we got the best fucking food anyways. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think food brings people together. You know what I'm saying? You make some fat nigga food.
Food and music.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this. There's a bomb-ass barbecue spot on Manchester heading all the way up in Inglewood. I see white people there all the time. They know what's up. We go to Compton Tacos, bro. I see Indians there, bro. They know what's up. Remember that shit? Remember that shit, Jaybee? Indians, bro. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers. It could also be because it was cheap, because only dollar tacos. You know what I'm saying? But I think food, minute stereotypes, you know, we just got, it's the neighborhood. That's it. You got to enjoy the people that live around you. Like, we fucking grew up here. There's white people right next door from us. There's Asian people over here. There's black people all the way in that corner over there. Like, that's it. It's all mixed. And the only reason we knew that shit is because the the people around us essentially accepted us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why when we went back to Puerto Rico, I said, this is not my home. I don't belong here. Because the thing is, I grew up with Japanese people. I grew up with Japanese people in my school.
The people.
And I grew up with black people in my sports. That's it. Why did it have to be the sports? Because my mom kept me in Gardena because she said, you ain't going to forget where you from. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what we were raised in the beginning. But it's like, you just got to accept it. That's what it is what it is. I accept every motherfucker for who they are. You know what I'm saying?
I think people just need to share culture because you talked about food and just different kinds of people. Because it's just like, for instance, if we just sit at this table and everyone brought food from each other's different cultures and we just shared them, we all take 2 or 5 minutes to explain what each food is and, you know, how it came about. Literally, everyone's going to learn something about each other. And then they might even see, oh, damn, you guys eat rice and beans too or whatever. Well, wow, we're not that different. It's like, no shit, you know, but you just need something like that to be like, to relate, you know, to be like, oh, we're not that different. But people, I don't know, like they're taught to just think a certain way and
or
put things in boxes.
Stay to your own.
Stay to your own. You know, oh my God, your grandma.
No, shut up. Let me say this one. No, yo, fuck that shit. Let me tell you about stay to your own. God damn it. Okay, let me tell you this. I'm going to get heated. My hands are sweating.
And then I'm going to ask you something about stay to your own. Because I see your girlfriend.
Yo, this is crazy. Yo. So my grandmother always told me.
Something about that.
She said, hold up.
We about to get real fucking real in the neighborhood. I just want to put this
on live right now. Just remember, this is the real shit.
Okay. Bro, you bring a white girl home to a Puerto Rican family.
Hold on, pause.
Let me just start off with this quote. Oh, you know, you don't bring no white girl to this family because she might give you good pussy and all that, but she ain't going to cook for you.
That's right.
She ain't going to clean, and she's going to take you away from your family. You're going to lose your culture.
Bro, my grandmother, you know, I love her, but Lord have mercy, she's like, I seen shit. Grandma, we all seen shit, nigga. Okay? Fuck. She said the Italians and Jews burned down my apartment. And so what?
She did.
Nigga, there was fucking all Puerto Ricans tagging up that bitch. It was about time it got burned down. Shit looked like trash. You know what I'm saying? But shit, she would always say you need to stay to your own kind. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
really?
Humans.
Yo, I dated
Not
multiple
dogs.
Hispanic chicks, and they were the worst fucking girls that I ever dated on the planet Earth, bro. Manipulative, controlling, and I'm like, yo, I don't want this shit. I'm like being controlled over here by my own kind,
hey, but
bitch.
let me defend the Latinas. You were fucking with some bitches, though.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, and this is the stereotypes. I was fucking around with Central Americans. Fuck them, they crazy.
Oh my God, no, fam. Oh my God.
Hold up, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I do not stand with him on this stance. He is alone.
Who inspires you, Aaron? Let me see that mirror right there. Shit me, nigga.
Well, we know.
But high key, like, I don't know. It's just like I don't accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't accept that. And people used to ask me, like, well, rank the women you date. And the first thing they think is Hispanic. I'm like, nah. Low key, the first woman I was ever attracted to was Asian. That's it. Her name was Keika.
Of course it was.
Keika.
Did she have
barely
Keika?
She barely spoke English, so
Yo, and
I was like,
Yo, our family made fun of us from the jump. Oh, you like Asian girls?
I know.
Then somehow in high school, they're like,
somehow
I like
those
Asian
motherfuckers
girls.
were dating Asian people.
Y'all
I was
late.
like,
y'all late.
Bitch, y'all late. Anyways, but it's just like, I accept everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm just into a genuine heart. That's it. If someone's trying to, this is how I feel. if you're trying to help someone, if you're trying to help your neighbor, I'm down.
Yo,
I'm
boy,
with you.
I don't want to get too personal on you, but talk about your experience about like dating someone who's from a different race.
So let's talk about this. Y'all talked about
family.
like, okay, so what do we identify? All this shit. I never had an issue with race. I never had an issue with color. It never came up because people didn't know what I was. They were like, he's Middle Eastern, he's Italian, he's white. He might be Asian, because I hang out with so many Asians and I know how to say this shit. They're like, yo, he might be Asian. You know what I'm saying? But when I started dating my girlfriend, who's white, blonde hair, curly, blue eyes, they're like, I started getting looks. I started having talking tos. I was like, why the fuck every nigga want to talk to me now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would walk in the store and I would feel eyes locked. I'm walking through the mall and niggas are looking at me like up and down like, he forgot where he came from. No, bitch. What the fuck you mean I forgot where I came from? No, I'm just accepting what these little resources that I have available to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna date whoever the fuck I want to date. But that's the number one thing I fucking hate is that ignorant shit. Like, they ain't the same color. They ain't the same tone. Guess what, bitch? This fucking crayon box got 48 colors. I might be the fucking darkest one on this side, and I might be the lightest one on that side. That don't mean that we can't come together and make a fucking pretty picture. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm trying to make mixed babies up in this bitch.
I'm going to be devil's advocate, and I'm going to talk about my upbringing as far as interracial dating goes. And I have two little brothers, and they've both been brought up in Valencia. So they're around white people and some Hispanic, but like they're the only black people. My sister and I, like I said, Compton, around all black people and Hispanics. I personally, and this is just my thing, I'm gonna most likely stay with me. And that's just not because my mom said you better not bring nothing else home, because that's definitely what she said, and she said it to my brothers too. My little brothers have dated white and Mexican girls and black. They personally don't care about the other stuff because it's just like you're saying, they don't care. Whoever makes me happy, which makes sense to me too. If I was dating, if I found a white guy that was swaggy enough, you know what I'm saying, and he made me happy, then I'd be like, okay, I get it.
Right.
What about Asian nigga?
If he was swaggy enough, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And if he was like for the culture and like it wasn't a facade.
But why you say that like his dick ain't big enough? You looked at her like, well, what about Asian nigga?
I don't. Yeah.
Chill,
I'm all about the heart first.
Exactly.
Pause on that.
Okay. If he was like, you know, really for the culture or whatever and wasn't putting on a facade like I just want to be a black guy, you know what I mean? No, that's not cool with me, and I could spot it a mile away. If you cool. My preference though is gonna be a person that I identify with, that I know identifies with me, that wants to, you know, build and grow with me. So that's first and foremost, and you gotta have a relationship with God. But as a general rule, yeah, black.
I'll piggyback off you because I agree with you. I grew up in Detroit, but I went to like private schools and shit like that because mom wanted a decent education.
Right.
So
ain't that sad?
That's
Jesus.
sad. I had to go out. I had to go out, but
you had to pay for that shit.
I did.
Yeah.
You know, and luckily mom's had a great job. Dad had a great job, and we could afford it. But so I was around a lot of white individuals, and I, you know, just naturally assimilated to the white experience from a very surface level because I was around a lot of white individuals. So what happened was I grew an affection for white women. And so like for a time being, I dated white women, and it didn't hit me until I was growing up later. I mean, there was never a time where I was racially challenged on it. And thank God I wasn't, because I don't know how I would have processed that as a child. But I do respect what you're saying though, because after dating, you know, white women and other, women of different races, I still feel comfortable. And this is not to say I will never date a white woman or I'll never be with one or whatever. I don't know who God has in my future, but there is something special about understanding your race and who you're dating. And I do think that outside of being black, you can't necessarily, if I date a white woman, she can't assimilate to what my experience as a black man in America is.
Yes.
And I'm not expecting her to saying that I can't date you because you can't assimilate. But I'm saying that there's going to come a time where if I'm being challenged racially somewhere, how can I come to her if she's my wife and say,
baby,
he called me a nigga or a nigger to my face,
and she gonna say my daddy calls you that too.
You know, and so it's like how do you? It's how can I admire people who date out of their race.
I got a question for this.
But how do you balance that and understanding what it means to be a black American and the struggles that, and not just black, but any kind of minority, and understand what that race goes through as far as the challenges that we face, and how do you comfort someone? It's weird to me. I would feel weird to come home and know I got cussed out, called a black fucking nigger.
Right.
And I don't necessarily know how she's gonna receive this. I don't know how my kids are gonna, they're mixed. So how do I bring them up? They got a whole other experience. So it's like, again, I'm not saying that I'll never date a white person, I'll never marry, but it's like I have to take that into account because that's a part of my life and that's a part of my struggle.
Yeah, I might want to ask Tommy too, because somebody's white.
Let me just say one thing. I think that just like they would never know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like they gotta just be open and try to understand and just sit here in a conversation, listen and be like, you know what, Jaybee, they'd be like, let me know how I can help you. Whatever you want me to do, right? Whether it's,
Yeah.
My husband's black. Oh, I hate that.
No.
Yo, I want to say, hold on.
Like Donald Trump, I got Mexican friends. I got gay friends. Bro, what's that?
Shut the fuck up, orange ass nigga. Okay, fuck him. He's different. Anyways, I was going to say, let's ask Tommy. And I have a question after that because I do have an experience I want to share about that.
Okay, what's up?
Tommy, your wife is black, right?
Yeah, she is.
And you are?
I'm Asian American.
Awesome.
Believe it or not. Yeah.
I know,
You
right?
American, nigga.
On the
That's what
radio,
you
you
are.
can't hear
Hell
that he sound black. Because that's definitely what I thought when I heard him talk. But yeah. So that experience as a black woman, because people always say, oh yeah, my husband's black, or I have black friends, but they don't talk about their black woman friends. You know what I mean? They don't all, snap their necks, snap their fingers, and twerk, I guess, because that's what we do, I guess. But what's your experience being a Asian American man dating or marrying a black woman?
Yeah. Well, first off, before anything, I think one of the most important things that everybody got to recognize is what privilege they have. Once they recognize that, then you can proceed with any healing that might be possible in that situation, But if we never acknowledge that privilege, which many people
is America's problem,
we will never understand the other person, or at least make the attempt to.
Facts.
Once we understand that, no, but it's real stuff.
It is.
If the white man can't acknowledge that he is privileged from the moment he's born, then there's already some gone. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm totally lost with the question.
What's been your experience having a black wife as an Asian American man?
My wife notices that people look at us all the time, and they always have that why. And at the end of the day, if I have to fight, then I'm ready to fight for my wife, no matter what, because I love her. But if I don't have to go through with it, the acknowledgement of men wondering why, or women wondering why this happened, really is because of the love of God and the trust that we have together.
That part.
Nothing else really, because when love doesn't have a color, I think we can all definitely agree on that.
Absolutely.
When that is the biggest thing in your life, then everything else kind of goes, down. But you still have to acknowledge that those things are still there.
And your wife is absolutely beautiful too. Like,
thank you so much.
Absolutely gorgeous. My God. So when I saw you guys, no, seriously, and I'm not just saying that because I'll be like, oh, okay, well, you have her, No, but she's really, really nice looking. But when I see interracial relationships, and I see them very often now, I do think like, how did they do? Like, how did that work out? How did that happen?
You're curious. You want to understand the situation.
But not why, because it's really not my business. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody's business why you guys love each other. Do it. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I was like, dang, how did that happen?
But you know what?
How?
You know what?
How'd they meet?
What's the story behind it?
How did they do that?
You're also, you're, no matter what nobody say, you're always part of the product of your environment.
Ooh.
How you grow up is part of the area you live in. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a very diverse community, super cultural, So I was taught to see people the way they was, and I wasn't taught nothing else. It wasn't until I went up to Santa Cruz, when I started seeing more privilege, or Sacramento, certain parts of Sacramento, when I started seeing more privileged stuff, out here in Manhattan Beach.
Ooh,
it was a wake up call, man. I used to sell appliances. For those who used to work at Best Buy, I used to work at Pack Sales, and man, you get the snootiest, privileged, up-nosed people that think they can do what they want to you and tell you what you want, tell you what they want to do, and you have to accept it.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, that kind of hits you a certain way.
Of course.
And then at that moment, you have to realize that, am I really a product of this environment, And if I am, what can I do to change it? Again, it goes into that like whole privilege thing, right? Once you recognize it, move towards healing.
Yeah, I like that recognition part, because the thing is, you asked, basically you can never align with it. So I'll give you this example. So me and my girlfriend were talking the other night, and I showed her a video on Vice of like the Charlotte, the whole Nazi thing.
I love Vice.
So I showed her it, and it made her a little uncomfortable because
I'll speak on Vice later.
He used to work for Vice.
There,
oh no way!
We'll table that.
Hold on. So let me ask you this, like, and it was difficult for me because I showed her the video because I was trying to share with her, what's happening in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it made her uncomfortable because she's like, that's not me. But people look at me like that's me. Because let's be honest, like my girlfriend is fucking like, she's white as hell.
Real kind.
You know what I'm saying? She the real kind. She like Appalachian Mountain type of girl.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
From the islands of Caucasus.
You know what I'm saying? But like, she shared with me, like, it makes me uncomfortable because the thing is, when I see that, like, people look at me and think I am like that. And she's like, I'm not like that. She's like, I have all types of friends, She's like, my best friend is black, and I can't even share these stories because the thing is, people don't accept it. They're immediately like, nah, she's just saying, like, my best friend's black. And it's like, no, that genuinely, I'm trying to let you know, like, I have all types of colors of friends. And it was hard for me to align with that because I was like, damn, like, high key, I was on the receiving end. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm seeing her flip of like, damn, all this Nazi shit is making me super uncomfortable because now people are targeting me and saying, oh, this white girl, she don't know this. And she's like, you don't know where the fuck I was raised.
Right.
First of all, my girlfriend used to live in Turkey. Like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Like, talk about culture shock, you know what I mean? Like, so she's seeing shit. She's been around shit, and it just makes the situation uncomfortable because it's like, I don't even know how to align with that, but I agree with you. It's about the healing part. It's about the accepting part. Like, this shit exists, but I'm not going to accept it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to recognize and say, hey, you know what? Right. This is here, but we don't need to look. We don't need to accept any of this. We can move.
I was going to say, she, I don't know your lady, but she said that's not her, and I probably 100% believe that. But is she aware that because of how she looks, you know what I'm saying, those privileges kick in without her trying to, despite how
I think she recognizes it, but she tries not to accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she tries to move past it. I can't speak on that, babe. I know you're probably watching. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna have it tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that part, but I don't know. That's a good question. I probably should ask that question to find out.
That's gonna be a deeper talk when that time comes.
I know what Tommy's talking about because I remember my race relations class. He talking about the whole acknowledgement of like acknowledging your white privilege, and like if somehow there was a way that quote unquote white people in America could be like, all right, we're gonna deny all these privileges. Like every benefit we get, we're not gonna accept this because it's fucking up everybody else's position in the state. When you were talking about the property thing, it's like Protestant English people were the first white people in America, and they were the ones who could transfer the properties, the assets. You talk about like African Americans coming out of slavery, they didn't have shit. They didn't even get fucking 40 acres and a mule. They still haven't gotten that. So you know what I'm saying? It's like
so I agree with both because the thing is what the hell was it?
It's hard because like he's saying, she just walks in a room, she'll get positive benefits, and also too like other people. I don't know. It's just fucking crazy.
Oh my god, you're so pretty.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's kind of.
I already know because I've stood next to him, and they're not gonna look at the bald headed black girl.
Well, you talk about too, like the looks that you receive, and also too like the hair thing. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because like I'll have. And it always happens with like a white dude or white girls. Sometimes Asian people too, because they're curious about my hair. But like they just grab my hair out of nowhere, and it's like I don't know where your hands are at. Like,
oh, have you gotten petted?
Yes, and it's like
I haven't always not had hair. I'm a cancer survivor, so this is not like my stilo, but I'm just choosing to embrace it now. But when I used to have hair down my back and I used to get like braids, I remember walking in Macy's and these Asian ladies walked up to my sister and I. Mind you, we're twins, so we looking super like we both got the braids in. And they walked up to us like we were straight up panthers in a zoo. Like, and I say panthers because they black, Yeah. I mean, they were like, like, you know, talking and stuff, and like grabbing our hair. And I'm just looking at my mom like scared.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't want to be rude and like snatch away from them. So what do you do right now? My mom was like, it's okay. I'm going to tell them to stop. They're doing that because they've never seen black people in like real life before.
Yeah.
All they know, because, you know, that stuff is like super regulated out there.
Yeah.
So they don't know. It's okay. And I was like, dang,
Yeah.
that was my first time like being petted like
Yeah,
that.
because you feel uncomfortable, but like, then you go like, let me not get mad because they don't know,
Right,
you know?
the ignorance. But now I gotta like just turn my blind eye, turn my
Let me
teeth
just
to your
say
ignorance.
this. Let me say this.
Yeah.
This kills all conversation. We all the same downstairs. We all got the same type of hair downstairs.
Blood.
That shit is kinky and nasty and smells, okay?
I feel you.
So at the end of the day, we all the same. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you, but I think the whole conversation too is like, how do you change these ideas of like social constructs? You know that, you know, this is that is that. So it's like, you know what I mean? Because it's essentially, I mean, if we could, the easiest way would be a memory wipe and to start as a new phone instead of restoring the backup.
What do you think about us? Like, just not us, this generation, but like, I want to say late 60s dying out. Do you think everything's gonna kind of like smooth over?
No,
My
I will
sister
say
and I
this.
have
No,
talked
no,
about
I will
that.
say this. It's like what we were talking about film, and we were talking about Star Wars and shit. How they were forcing certain ethnicities in the film to appeal to a larger audience. Once the man stops trying to exploit people for the better of himself, that's the only way we're gonna get
Let
there.
me stop you because I think this is a perfect segue back into Vice, because the reason why, I mean, and don't get me wrong,
He
Vice
said,
is
"Nigga, I left that bitch."
Vice is a great company for what they produce, but the problem is what it looks like inside the machine of Vice, and there's not enough minorities. There's not enough ethnic makeup. It's still white characters inside Vice. The actual where we produce the media, the editors, the writers, the producers. It's white washed, and you come in and you have all of these. And don't get me wrong, again, they put out great stuff. I've worked with them. I don't want to get blackballed, but I've had my experience, and it's hard to see a lot of that media. And it's great media, and they're presenting news in a very vibrant and different way. But what happens is when you then realize who's churning out the material, you're actually asking, okay, are you guys exploiting the material for the sake of Vice, or are you actually being a central hub for news to help?
Right.
Because, you know, Sharush, Sean, and Gavin, the three co-founders, it was built in 1994. They now have a Vice. You say Vice, everyone knows what the fuck that is. So then, how do you use your platform that you've created, the three of you, and then hire other people to come in and say, let's actually make sure that we're being about what we present, because it's not enough to just keep presenting media in a way that only caters to the white experience inside and say outside is diverse, but then you're not actually including any other narratives inside the workplace. So then, what does that say about the actual company itself? And I think that's something that needs to be really talked about, because I still walk in when I used to work there and feel like a minority. I'm out of place.
Uncomfortable.
There's no one here like me, especially as an editor. There's black editors it's rare. If I see another black editor, I get geeked. I'm like, yo, can I get your information? Can we exchange information? Can let's link up.
Like they're gonna be lost
because we don't see enough of us, and so it's like. Again, Vice is dope for putting out the content, but how are you representing that in your actual company? And what are you doing for the narrative that is sitting around the table, generating the ideas, and then presenting the media? Because it's not enough to just present it and say, yeah, we're diverse, and yeah, we're open. But your workplace it doesn't represent
It's not
that.
representative. They were saying the same thing about Tidal, obviously, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Exactly.
But their editing and streaming room, dumb white.
Dumb white. And that's the same thing for film. The writers' rooms, majority of the time, and that's why people are fighting so hard for diversification in the workplace as far as the writers' room goes, because of the fact that there's no women and there's no minorities. That's why Fox has all these initiatives, Universal Studios has, Disney has all these.
The fucking Oscars and stuff. We gotta get black people in there.
We have to do better.
So let me tell you this. I talked to this dude in the emergency room about this. I was in the emergency room for 8 hours and my motherfucking phone died and I was so fucking pissed. But I was thankful at the same time because I saw this.
Because you got to actually interact without looking at your phone?
With one individual. This black dude, he was over there and I heard him chopping up with his mom about like some millennial shit, like where he's like, Mom, I'm trying to live my dreams and shit. She's like, nah, you just need to get a job and pay the bills, blah, 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 all that shit. But the point that I'm getting to is this. I heard him talking about how he does film, and he was talking about, I'm trying to change. I don't want to see like the same stereotypical fucking black films. He's like, why can't I fucking write a sci-fi? Right? You know what I'm saying?
Black people in it.
That has black people in it or whatever. And this is the thing. I was like 100%. I was like, that's what needs to change. I said, I'm sick of seeing goddamn fucking slave movies. I'm so fucking over.
What the fuck?
I'm fucking
Hidden
seeing
Figures.
the same bullshit. We need to see something different. And I don't mean fucking putting a black actor in fucking Star Wars. What I mean is we need to tell new stories. That too. Yeah. We need to tell brand new stories. Fuck all the old shit.
Stories.
Like you said, what is it gonna take? Maybe we got to kill one generation off.
I'm saying.
I'm not down for genocide. I'm just saying we need a mental cleansing.
Y'all niggas gotta go.
We need to get rid of the baby boomers, man. Them niggas is fucking up shit.
Yeah, because they fucking up shit with the way they think. You feel me? Every time we have a conversation, I say like, God damn it! Like I try to like educate you and show you with reason. Like this is how we should think. And you're still like, no.
Virus coming in. Virus coming in.
Nah, but fuck. What we saying? Oh, but it's like, yeah, so I think we need to tell, not that everything has to be historical, but what you were talking about 12 years of slave and whatnot, it's like, damn, like you said, we keep telling the same stories of this and that.
And we didn't start as slaves.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's the only thing.
It's not our narrative.
But that's the history and culture of an African American, that you were a fucking slave, you weren't shit, and you're never meant to be shit. And that's a fucking problem.
And we're going to keep it like that forever.
That's what I'm saying. So we got to tell the story that's like, all right, what are we doing now? You know what I mean? Like, how could we change this up?
And I agree with you, because as a writer, when I write my scripts, a lot of times what you do is you describe the character when you first introduce them. Mm-hmm. I don't use color at all. And what's funny is that when people read it, they have to come and ask me, well, what race is this character? It doesn't fucking matter the race, because it's not about what the actual character's skin color looks like.
This nigga said it could be anyone, bitch.
It could be anyone. So why do I have to put, this is an African American woman, and now now I don't know how to feel about this character because I can't see an African American woman playing this role. Well, why the fuck can't you?
Why not?
That's why I don't put descriptors when it comes to color. It's a fucking woman, and she does this role. Be it black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. So then I think we have to really become particular about how we introduce media into this new generation to the industry. Yeah. Because if we keep labeling people and saying this is only a white role, this is a white role, this is only a black role, it'll never change. I don't put fucking descriptors. She's not white nor black. She's just a woman with long fucking hair and is a badass.
Right.
That's it. We find the perfect actor to play this.
That's
fuck
all that
the
matters.
color. But I'm also gonna push for color because that's me. That's who we don't have shit to show. The Oscars, we have literally probably 2 or 3 Oscars out of the black community of people who've ever acted.
Right.
That's a problem to me.
Yep.
So it's like I'm tired of putting these descriptors on what it should mean to be a character on a show and why the fuck they have to be described this way. I think we do need to start inventing stories. It's perfectly possible for a black family to exist in a sci-fi.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, what are some examples right now that we have in the current in media right now? Are there any good examples that people can actually look at?
Yeah, Master of None.
As far as what?
Master of None is brilliant.
Shows?
Are you just talking about shows? Like right Master of None. Look at I forget her name. Damn, I shouldn't. But she just won. She wrote one of the episodes.
The first black woman they do the comedy writing.
Yep, she just won.
Lisa with an L.
You got it.
I know. With the dreads.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío. Okay,
you gotta look at how they're building and structuring their team. They're saying, okay, look, something has to change. Let's start giving these people opportunities. Yeah. Master of None is a good show.
It's a fantastic show for those who aren't.
The funny thing is, it's hard to look back at my catalog and say this is a good example. Because there's not a lot of it. And it's overwhelming to think back. I've watched a lot of shit and like
You can't even think
about
A
it.
friend of mine, Jalen Coleman, who's a director upcoming, is doing that exact thing. He's writing short films, and they are sci-fis, and they're amazing. I've been in some of them, and I'm just like, dang, I don't know anything like about this whole genre at all. There's a whole artistic lifestyle that I know nothing about. I'm trying to go to Comic-Con. You know what I mean? I don't know shit about that, but I want to go bad as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Because I mean that's a part of, you know, art and creativity that I don't know anything about, like I said. So I feel like what you guys are saying as far as getting more content out there and having more minority artists, creatives, editors, directors is imperative.
That's part of a new, like, I wouldn't say new, but it's sort of the phase that's happening right now with these phones. We got these phones that they can record 4K video, you know, good mics now. You know, it is a turn. Exactly. And it more than ever now, we have access to that. But how are we, you know?
So paying $1,000 to be still ignorant? Dumb.
Facts.
Exactly.
Input output. Last week.
What you looking up to? You feel me? What are you looking up?
You still on Pornhub? Or are you actually looking up something that's means something?
You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Distractions. $1,000 to fucking jerk your dick off. You know what I'm saying? That's an expensive ass fucking thing. I'll buy you a fucking fake, you know, asshole, pussy's mouth, whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? That shit's cheaper. Anywho.
Shout out to Japan.
They got the most high key, they had some pretty good condoms. I like them. Anywho.
That's great.
Y'all down for a little smoke break?
I'm with it.
Yeah.
And I need to pee.
Anyone else need to use the restroom? We'll take a little walk to the little local neighborhood 7-Eleven. We know that nigga gonna look at us, but guess what? He just happy for our business. He just mad tired.
Thank you. Come again.
Andy. I think, what's that Asian nigga's name? There's an Indian and an Asian. That's why China and India running this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Because they the quietest.
Anywho, let's probably pause this because this shit needs the fucking juice. Yeah. And let's take a little break.
I really, honestly, genuinely don't believe you. But if a nigga said,
I don't fucking believe you. So,
bitch, how? You're lying.
I need my mama to go. That's the only thing I believe. Like,
Not go. She gotta go and come back.
To come back with video and all kind of evidence I ain't never seen from my
holograms.
Phone, yo, quick. That's for you. I don't want no time for you to have to been doctored this shit.
I'm waiting on you when you get off the motherfucker.
Let me see. At the door.
Baby, I didn't put my I don't give a fuck. Let me see these pictures. I don't believe this shit. They done brainwashed you. Say that you went.
Oh shit. Blink twice if this is a fucking joke. Like,
because I honestly, and I may sound crazy or like a conspiracy theorist, I don't believe that niggas went to the moon.
Man,
I'm dead ass serious.
Check.
It's all kind of shit. I don't know. Who knows?
Think about it. When was the last time we went to the moon?
One giant step for man.
If we were able to go and have perfected the technology to do so, how come nobody else has landed on everything you hear is about? Oh, astronauts, they're up there just testing and doing shit.
Right.
But when was the last time?
But it's only 2 days over here.
But when is the last time it actually came back and said that we've been on the moon again? Wouldn't it have changed? Wouldn't have space evolved?
I know for sure it probably didn't happen at the time that it did. You feel me? They probably like forced that video out because it was a space race with the Russians. So they're like, yo, we can't look incompetent to Russia because
Russia.
You know what I mean?
I mean, fuck. Russia hacked our fucking voting system, bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is trying to keep us fucking deprived of knowledge. That's the issue. The United States works off of fear. That's it. It's like, yo, don't keep niggas.
Every system of control works off of fear. I mean, I love God, but think about religion, how church, you know what I mean? They control people. If
it was
you have
like
sex before marriage, you're going to hell. Really?
And that's not even how God worked, though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
they feed that.
I like these kinds of
They feeding that.
I think it's about the actions of the heart. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
bro. I feel like I feel like I'm so dramatic with my head tilted, right? Like I'm on a radio show.
No, I'm looking at you with this lime and the fucking Corona.
Looking
like a billboard.
Yeah. Right? Oh, shout out to Corona. They didn't sponsor me already.
Iconic.
It's iconic. But take one for Instagram right now. Nah, but what are we talking about? Fuck.
We're talking about
sleeping, fornication.
No, we were talking about
religion and controlling.
But it's so hard. Like, yo, it's so hard nowadays for someone not to have sex before they're married. Especially like put that pressure on a young girl, bro. Like that's fucked up, dude. Yeah, you're fucking with someone's whole life and their mind.
To that.
It's like
and that's bringing up that's bringing a life. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
People don't understand.
Well, and I think of like the control thing as when we were talking about Greece and shit like that, and we were talking about the Roman Empire. It's like you're only as strong as your weakest link, and the thing is they keep making the links weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. It's like Jaybee was saying about how they remove. They don't teach you anything about geography after like 7th grade. Yeah. That's it.
That's right.
Like you don't learn shit after that.
Not a motherfucking map.
I was telling him that.
I had to research one the other day. I'm like, damn, this last time I actually seen a map. And I looked at it, I was like, damn, they really was letting us read and figure this shit out back in grade school. But afterwards, they like, fuck you mean? Map?
Yep.
Geography? I mean, you only take geography when you get to college and you're like, oh shit, I even forgot geology fucking existed. Like a nigga told me, yeah, I'm in geology class.
Like, what the fuck is
geography, nigga?
No, geology.
Geology.
The study of rock.
I'm talking about geology and geography, bro. Like all the minor, I'm talking about all the minor classes.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Geography
like,
is math,
we used to pick up rocks and shit and be like, this is the fool's gold. Like,
I see what
and
you're
then
saying.
and you don't hear about none of that shit in middle school.
As you're
like
an adult,
you grow up and you like
I'm learning shit that I'll never need. I'm never gonna need this.
Hey, it's like we were talking about. I ain't never gonna have to need to learn about a fucking triangle. Bitch,
Why
what?
not?
Bitch, I don't need the formula to hyperbole. Bitch, who cares about that?
X equals mx plus b.
I never used that motherfucker.
They should start teaching a social media class.
You know?
That'd be something else.
Teach more life skills class, more cooking classes, more hard.
To this day, the only thing I use from motherfucking middle school is how to stitch. I will stitch any motherfucking thing in my house if you get a hole. Because they taught us that in home economics,
That's ridiculous.
Nigga. That's the only skill to this day I'd be like, I got this shit. My glove rip, sewing this motherfucker
Okay,
up.
so another corporation that kind of gets in your kids' minds in this program is banking. Bank of America. They sent us to schools to be like, hi, my name is Jennifer. Hi, kids. Fucking kindergartners.
Wow.
Why was my grown ass going to a kindergarten to tell you about saving money and giving you all this Bank of America stuff? Go home and give this to your mom. Erasers and stuff that got
and
all that
bullshit that get
signage
lost.
that we know.
You're like, I don't need this shit. What the
Right.
fuck?
Some cheap shit that you could just give kids to instill in their head. I know Bank of America. They came to my school when I was younger. Let me open my account with them. Programming.
Yep.
I was like, I'm not going to not one more school. I'm not doing it.
Yep.
I'm not going to no campuses, none of that.
Yep.
Because I don't feel like that's okay.
You're preying on the weak,
That's
they don't
not
know
okay,
any better.
bro.
Yep.
A 3-year-old, they don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
They don't.
Yep.
Not at
Come
that
on
time.
now.
What the fuck you doing?
Definitely
all the
teach them
credit
to
cards
count,
too.
but don't tell them nothing about, and have your savings and checking account. Bitch, if I want to have Bank of the Mattress, I can have that.
Yep.
And stuff
feel
all
me?
my shit in there.
They trying to get you in the system already. They're like, yo,
For sure.
come in.
I do think that it's an important lesson in knowing about banking accounts and how to put your money and stuff properly. But I do agree with you. It's like,
Nigga,
we doing too much trying to control they shit.
Nigga, they ain't teaching you shit. They just saying, yo, depend
No,
on
I'm
us.
talking about
Depend on us.
I'm talking about outside of that mentality, like
We'll
teaching
keep
them
your money safe.
Yeah.
teaching them actually what economics
actually
is.
using the money.
Right, but y'all coming to them and saying
We're not
"Yeah,
saying
just
that."
That's my problem. It's
Only thing we talk about is like a house. I'm good, thank you. Bank of America can help you, buy your house, so save your money, but they don't tell you about credit and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't teach me nothing about that, and that's the shit that's
fucking
that
my
I need
life
to
up,
know.
right.
That's the shit why I can't,
That's how we
get out
keep
of
you as
poverty,
a slave.
bitch. You know
That's
what I'm
how we
saying?
keep you as a slave.
Yeah, I'm surely one. God damn it.
I mean, you were just talking about the gas. We are slaves.
It's so much stuff I could probably be doing if it weren't for money, or how much I need to have to do the things that I need to do. You tell me I have to have an education, but you make it hard as fuck for me to get it.
Money is control.
Yeah.
Money is control.
You make
And
it
it's
hard
just
as
as hard
fuck
as a
for me
nigga
to
who
get
don't
in
got a
this shit.
motherfucking
Oh my
job.
God.
And now I got one I can't get in. So
That
if
part.
I know I got one and I can't get in, what about the little niggas who don't got a chance in hell?
Yeah.
It's like,
In
yo,
hell.
I'm fucking this
There's
up.
this one song lyric that says, "If education is the key, then why does it cost so much money?" And that's what you were saying. But
Exactly. I think
that's
about that shit
hard.
all the time. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're making it a priority. My mother
To go
won't
to
talk to
school.
me if I don't go to school.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
And
used to
you
get
make it
disowned,
that
nigga.
hard for
You
me
got
to
a
get in
motherfucking
this bitch.
C?
I got to get accepted by
What you doing?
somebody who probably got credentials lower than mine that I know more than.
Yup.
Who probably fucking half the bitches at this school to even get in this motherfucker. I got to have this kind of blood to get a fucking discount.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Scholarships, though.
I got to have these type of legs to be able to run to get
Yep.
in this bitch because I'm going to make more money for your school.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
can you generate? What's your
But
revenue?
you just being smart. Maybe you'll get in
Maybe.
here.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of shit in high school too? Were you a president or something?
No,
Did
nigga.
you start a club?
Didn't have time.
No, motherfucker, I had to walk 5 miles to get home. Shit,
The
I don't have
fuck you
time.
mean?
Yep.
And it was dark,
Yeah.
and cold, and I'm a girl.
You're not
you know?
special.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. You never saw that I was special. That's the thing. You never gave me a chance.
Never gave me a chance.
But I feel that because that was the game in high school. Like people were just straight up joining clubs and doing shit just to
Do it.
You know,
Just to put it on the
I was like, I'm
application.
not doing this, mother.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with y'all.
This is terrible to me.
I got work.
I want to do other shit.
Right.
I tried to play football in high school just for that. I was like, yo, this is not for me.
That's how you know, like, who did good in school, but like still don't fuck with the people from school. Like, I'm just doing good so I can.
Yeah.
So I can just get out of here and do something more. Y'all wild.
Damn.
Some good shit.
Yeah.
I hate that shit though. When people say this is okay. So look, I used to be a swim teacher, and these motherfuckers used to tell me this shit. What do I gotta do to pass the class, bitch? What? What do you have to do to pass the class? I don't know. Fucking show up and actually do the fucking shit
Right.
instead of trying to find out what the answer is.
Ayo, my sister failed PE, went to
Damn.
summer school, and got a C.
What?
Damn.
They was trying not to let her in college because of that. But because we're twins, my mom found something online that was like some scholarship
They got scholarship.
that
Oh,
takes
shit, I believe
takes
that.
your twins' SAT and ACT results and uses it as the other twins.
And that's what?
And
What
that's
the
how we
hell?
both got into Cal State Long Beach.
That's fucking
They
insane.
used my grades for hers
Because she was a twin.
because she's my twin.
Damn.
Isn't that wild?
Damn.
That's
So
crazy.
she low-
I
My
didn't even
sister
knew that.
she never took it. They didn't take her scores, but she didn't have to take it. She used my scores.
Damn.
Wow.
So my sister never took an ACT, never took an SAT. I had to get fucking classes
Damn.
for the shit, Saturday shit.
Now, was
take
that
a
on-
pre-test, go take
Fuck,
it, and
that
she gets to
shit's
use my
trash.
shit. And she stopped going to college her first year and ended up
Damn.
going to the fucking military.
Damn.
Damn.
So she low key wasted it.
Wasted.
Why would you do what?
was
And
the most-
you went all the way through though.
I stopped in my third year because I have like the best answer. I can't.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
But I will say this before that though, I found love. I thought I had the whole family thing. So I was like, I don't need school because I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom and it's going to be this. And then I got sick and then he was like, oh yeah, so you're ugly. You are not what I thought you were. This is not cool. I'm out. Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay, so that's an interesting question though, because you said that you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but your essence now speaks to somebody who want her own world.
It was because of cancer that I'm thankful because I was able to really reach in and say, you know what? That's
Damn.
not what I wanted. I want this, and I'm so much more happy for it.
That's some real shit.
This is
For
probably
real,
this
like,
is probably the only time I've ever said this, so I'm feeling good about it.
Wow.
So
That's dope.
I hope you guys
Hell yeah.
are not taking this for granted because it's a special moment
Damn.
for me. But
We
yeah,
fuck with you.
no, I'm shook because like it took something almost killing you for you to realize, yo,
killing me. I died for 7 minutes. I have 2 birthdays, March 14th and September 23rd. So I literally was like not here for a moment. And God brought, like, everybody always asks me, well, not always, but when I speak to students and mentor and all that good stuff, they always ask me, when you died, what did you see? It's the first thing they ask me. They don't ask me specifically, like, did you see God? Was there God? Did you, feel that kind of thing? I don't know if they are advanced enough to think that, but
Right.
they always ask me that. And my answer is like, no, I just remember waking back up. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? I don't know, but I'm blessed regardless. I know I didn't do it. It ain't no doing of mine.
Right.
No strength of mine, nothing. It's definitely glory.
Coulda pulled
glory to
you out of
God.
that, right.
Hell to the no. I'm strong. I ain't that strong. I was
like
fucked
that's
up.
like coming. Yeah, you
I
talking
was
about coming back
fucked
from
up.
death.
I was dying
Yeah.
alive. Like,
Damn.
I heard this story yesterday about this girl, real quick, that was 8 years old, and she was woken up by some guy that the mom let stay in the house, and he lured her outside, basically raped her like really bad. 8 years old, put her in a fucking trash can and put 200 pounds of cement on top of her, and was laughing at her while he was doing it. And she faked her death basically. She had choked her too, and she acted like she was dead. And I was like, damn, I wonder if I could go through that. There's no way. I would have died that day. Like, I would have
For
been done.
sure.
I would have been
Like the
done.
mental stress, like
Alone would have been had me, and I'm out.
ready to kill yourself. Wow.
But people tell me that same thing about me and my story.
I
And
can
that-
I
I'll
can
be like,
100% agree with
wait,
them because I'm like, what are you
nothing.
talking
I'm
about?
nobody. That kind of strength, I don't know if I could have.
Right.
But it just goes to show, shit, you don't know what you could go through until you push to that limit. I say
And then
that
it's
to
like,
everybody.
okay, now what? Yeah, and
Yeah.
you gotta.
And if you are
Damn.
blessed to come back from something like that, you'll have a purpose. It's something for
145.
you to be here for. It's some type of life I'm here to change. And I wake up every morning thinking that, and I'm like, damn, I can't be mad, can't be sad, can't be upset, because what if I meet the person I'm supposed to save today? You know what I'm saying? And I'm in my fucking funk, and I can't talk to this person right, and I could have saved them from something. So
Now, see, this is the type of stuff that I think ministry should be about. When we were talking about churches and the whole because if I didn't know Christ, I'd know him today for real.
Oh, shoot.
100%. Like,
Can you say that for my pastor?
I'm dead ass serious. Like,
because
I don't think I ever been in a moment where a nigga who was talking to me about Christ made me feel the way that you really just. And I've been in church all my life. I was being groomed to be a pastor, all that shit. So like,
my God.
to hear you say that, if I know Christ, so but for you to say your story. If I didn't know him, and I never understood when people say that, how could you not know Christ and get saved? You got to really know. That has to be a special moment. If I did not know Christ, I promise you, I would have tried to find my nearest church home, because that's some powerful shit to talk about and be like, to come back from and be like, yo, that's just, and you sitting here just like it ain't nothing. But to me, I'm like,
it's nothing to me. When people tell me something, I'll be like, I'm nobody. I'm you. I'm you.
Yeah.
I'd give my life to Christ. Hands down, I'd be like, yo, it's something out here that I want to be a part of, and I think it's Jesus.
Shit, I could die right now.
Damn,
man. I've done my job.
that's crazy. Wow, neighborhood.
Facts.
I'm done with the mic, Brock. Damn, dude.
It sounds like that's when you got like woke.
Yeah, man. But it ain't no cultural wokeness.
No. It's human.
No.
really touched me.
It's human being wokeness.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm all about, you know what I'm saying, us, because I see the issue, but it's human being wokeness.
Right, and that's the part
if everybody just could see that, it would be a much better world.
But also too, like to me, it sounds like you found like a purpose in yourself.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
You redefined, like you really figured out like who's Jaybee.
Yes.
So like that's dope.
Your talent plus your being able to help people, that's your purpose.
That's why you're like you're like you wouldn't change it, right? Because that's dope. Damn. That's
And
dope.
I think a lot of people are looking for what you got,
dope.
because you talking about knowing your purpose. Like, I know my purpose, what I want to do, and this is what drives me to do film. But what you talking about, I think people will go to their grave still hoping that they get a touch of, you know, and God shows up in different areas of people's lives, but you just never know when. And people are like, I want to get to that place where they feel like you. So when you saying it, it's like, she's touched it. Yeah. You know, you don't, when's the, I don't know what God had in plan, but I would have probably never met somebody who could have gave me a glimpse of what that looks like, because no one's really talking about it. No one's really sitting down and saying, this is what the fuck I've been through. When you hear, you like, you bullshitting me.
Right.
Tell me and sit down and really make me feel it. And so it's like, you could really walk around for 60, 70 years and never feel what you gave me. And I'm just like, and to know that it's only greater because it's in you and you came back from it, that for me heightens my faith. But you've actually had a testament of faith. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my witness is in the hopeful faith. Like, I know it has to be out there, but you touch something that's really there that I can never experience. And so it's just like, wow. Not that I know I may or may not experience, but it's
Right.
like,
Because we got a lot of life to live.
That's hard. That's hard.
That's
hard.
Jaybee hit the blunt one time.
That shit blew my socks off.
You good?
I'm straight, man.
I'll catch you if you fall. Let the Holy Spirit hit you, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we gonna both be shouting in this thing, man. Don't do that.
Gang. Damn.
I'm shook for real.
Yeah.
That's good
Jaybee
stories.
needs to be on a bigger platform.
Oh, that's the dream. That's what I do. That's the
dope.
dream. One day, man, I really hope so. Because I feel like a lot of people can just relate.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I think people are afraid to relate. They really
It's too
are.
real.
I think it's too real for some people because they don't want to face reality. They don't want to know that day is coming. I think that's the
for
problem.
sure is.
They want to enjoy it. That's why people always say, I want to live in the moment. I want to enjoy this. I want to do that.
but
Because it's too many distractions.
realize, too.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
don't let all these distractions fool you. It's all fake.
I think the fact that when you talk to people that are older, well, not everyone's like this, but you always hear the saying that's like, life's too short, or they're just like, it just happens so quick. Like, yesterday we were 18, then we were 26, and we had you, and then now I'm 50. Like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
so
Where
it
does
just
time
seems.
go?
I don't know. It's just
That's
crazy.
the one thing you can't stop. You can't stop time, and you can't stop death. You know what I'm saying?
So either way,
both are coming for you.
It's like fuck. You got to deal with it now, but we can't. We don't. Like it takes like
That's
experiences like Jaybee had for us to wake up. But why is it like that?
That's what I'm saying. Yep. That's my whole point. It's like, why does it take? Like it's too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I look back now and I'm like, damn. I remember when I was fucking 6. And now I'm 25. Like it just keep climbing. And so you now you getting to be your parents when you were like, life's too short. Fucking is. We thought they were just shut up, mom. What the fuck you know?
We didn't know shit.
You know you just mad because you're not young. That's what we think the dream is, being young. But then when we get there too, we like, fuck, my parents was right. There is no motherfucking time. I'm 25. Yeah. I remember when I was fucking 12 pushing kids on the playground. Like what? I got bills now.
Right.
I'm struggling to get gas. You feel me? It's just like. It's not what I had in mind when I was fucking 6 and 12.
I was gonna be a race car driver.
I want to do it all, but then mom and dad was low key telling us like, chill out, enjoy this. Yeah. And now I'm like, damn. But that's my thing is, we never really get an answer. Yeah. We just always get the hope. You'll see. Yeah. But you saw it, you know. Yep. That's the crazy part.
Just out here.
Hell yeah.
Out here in the neighborhood, that part.
Neighborhood. Loving it.
Shit. That shit nostalgic as fuck. I mean, that's just like when we were walking around campus today at our high school and it was just like, fuck, where did the time go? And I was just telling Tommy, like, this neighborhood, like, we grew up with all these different brothers and shit. Like, time flew. I can name you every single time they left and never came back. Because that's what happens. Like, time is going to be here. And
bro, we the only ones left on the neighborhood.
We the only ones left.
And poor Ryan. I love Ryan. Ryan, you hear this, you know I got love for you. Because I saw Ryan and Hermosa, and that's how you know, like, we're really fam. Because I know Ryan since he was, like, 4 years old. You feel me? We used to play imaginary games together and shit. You feel me? Like
y'all go back.
Yeah, we go back. Yeah. Like we had imaginary bitches together. We're like, yo, fam, this your girl, this my girl. Okay, that's your bunk. Yeah, we used to play this game, Army. That every time, like at the end of Army, we're like, all right, we gonna get a bitch. Okay, that's your girl. Yeah, straight up, I kid you not, because you're in the Army, you gotta get a girl. Yeah.
I know. That's what niggas talk about.
Exactly. So when I saw him in Hermosa, like, there's like other people that were on the block that like, for instance, the older generation, you guys don't vibe well because you guys came here. When did you move here? You were already like 7 or...
I came here when I was in 2nd grade.
Yeah,
so 7 years old.
So we actually grew up more together, the younger ones. But when I see Ryan, though, it's all fucking love. And I'm just like, man, how you doing, bro? And I'm giving him a hug. And his friend's like, who the fuck is this? He's like, oh, it's my next door neighbor.
Who the fuck is this guy?
And I'm
crouching on my shit.
Yeah. What's up, man? You want a drink? Like, it's just dope. But that's how it should be.
Low key, that's how it is on my street, too. It's like dummy girls and dummy guys. That's like all was the same age range. We all started on that one street, Stockwell Street in Compton. They built these new houses, and my mom and my aunt was like, let's move right there. And like, so that's who grew up there. So I've had the same neighbors for a long time. I've seen people leave and stuff, but of the kids, like, we all are very, 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 very close knit. I don't really talk to a lot of the girls. The guys are those are my homies. I'm with them like all the time. We text each other, call each other. It's not just like,
damn, that is so fucking dope. Like
we serious.
Kids don't have that these days.
Block. Like, what the fuck? We made sure. We always said, like, it don't matter, the girl, guy, don't matter. Like, we gonna stay close. Those are like my brothers, man. I love them. That's crazy.
And a lot of kids can't get that. I didn't get that. It's just like, damn, like, you know, we didn't move a lot, but we moved enough to where I didn't really get. I had some friends, but it wasn't like you build a bond with them, like you move away and never see them again. Yeah. But you talking about some shit where you hit a nigga.
No, it's a lot of us right now. They probably gonna act like I was just there last night. Wow. Like, I don't. When I take friendships very seriously. Like, very serious.
That's why I never understood when my grandma be like, or
everybody
someone
ain't
died.
Your friend.
Yeah, I'd be like, you don't. And then, but that's why only one person that known her for like 65 years can come back instead of a group of people, because that whole quote, everybody ain't your friend.
Yeah.
Man.
But I've just been able to like really discern who the fuck is who the fuck. Like, you know?
That shit fire. That's so true. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that just want to be in the moment with you. They just want it. Or it's like what we were talking about, like, if you're not happy, maybe you gotta look in the mirror and see what's really causing the situation. I think there's people that they just want like-mindedness, you know? If they unhappy, they want unhappy niggas around them.
Yeah, misery loves company.
Exactly.
All day.
Exactly.
I've lost a lot of friends because I was always like, that's not right, and I'm really not gonna do it. Like, I'm not a follower at all. I've always been a leader my whole life. And like, so before sick, whatever the hell, I was always a leader. I'm just like, I'm more with the people instead of like pulling the people.
I feel you. You can't pull them apart.
Yeah, no, you got to be with them. That's the leader.
You gotta be the glue,
gonna do
the
it
glue.
too. You know,
the bread and butter.
I've lost a lot of friends because I don't know what it is about girls nowadays and being a hoe, but like. That's like the thing to fucking do because they see these black chinas that's getting these babies and these bodies and getting these boos, but no husband.
We know
you
a chick that she's straight up.
That's
She want to get knocked up just to have.
Yeah,
just to have that.
no, it's
That's
real.
it.
No, you know
crazy.
a chick. I know a lot of chicks. 'Cause I am one. You understand? Not that I want to do that, but because I don't want to do that. I mean, I lost so many friends because I'm not fucking with it. I'm not with it. I'm not about to follow this dude home. I'm not giving up nothing. I didn't have sex till, and I talk about this too when I'm talking to like the older crew release. I didn't have sex till I was like 21 years old.
Preach.
With somebody that I was with for 4 years, which is the guy that left me when he found out I was sick. Same
Preach.
fucking person. I'm 28 right now.
Preach.
Maybe we only had sex with that one guy.
Oh, no. Hold on.
She said, hold on there.
Hold on.
That part.
Because after 4 years, you get upset.
Right.
You just be like, fuck it, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm not a saint.
True,
you know what I'm saying?
true.
But I'm not a hoe either. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
And you're never gonna, anybody that's with me is never gonna walk down the street and say,
Define a
oh,
hoe.
I had that guy or that guy had me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta worry about that
feels
kind of shit.
Holy
not
shit.
the fuck me, not me. You're gonna always feel like this is mine and I'm hers, you know?
Yeah.
So what defines a hoe to me, if I can talk about my friends or people that were my friends, a woman that prostitutes herself, and I'll say that as in, if a man does something for me, I'll have sex with him. 'Cause that's what you're doing. You're getting something for that.
It's a trade. It's like a Pokemon card.
I mean, he hoe too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure. So that I don't discriminate male or female. Y'all all hoes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
My friends that are hoes.
It's like a sexual favor, essentially,
a
right?
sexual favor makes you a hoe. Now, if you just like to date, cool, live your life. You don't
Yeah.
have nobody that you're exclusive with. You're not hurt nobody feeling. That's cool. But if you're doing it exclusively for sex and you're not, there's no emotional attachment, there's no feeling because we're not here for that. I don't believe that we are.
Yeah.
But if you want to date, date. But my friends are hoes.
Yeah. And the thing
For
is
sure.
about that, going around hoeing, people don't understand how much implication that has on the spirit.
You're giving yourself to somebody.
You are absorbing
The
so
real
much
way.
when you do that shit. It's like it doesn't even make sense. Like people don't understand. Like you will have a part of that person with you forever. Period.
Not only are you absorbing them, you're giving out your shit too. Do you just want to get literally when they tell girls, do you just want to give your shit away? Do you want to just give your shit away?
Yeah.
Like to anybody.
Yeah.
To somebody that don't deserve it. To somebody that could potentially hurt you and not care nothing about you ever.
Yeah.
I've always been afraid of that. My number one fear in life is what it was of being alone because I came into this world with somebody.
Yeah.
I've never been by myself.
Right.
Yep.
I have a twin. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all was in the womb.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be alone. So that's my number one fear.
Yeah.
And when I was sick, by my fucking self. God has to take you to the bottom of the bottom of your biggest fear.
Yeah.
And then you go, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Bikini bottom, you know what I'm saying?
He has to take you to like the under of the bottom. You have to lose it all out of here for you to like really understand and get it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is what I did. There was nobody else that was by me that was going through that. Who else?
Yeah.
No, nobody my age, nobody around me, nobody I knew, nobody, not my sister, nobody. By myself. Not my mama. She didn't even know I wanted her to be there. It was weird. Some weird shit going on in life. I had no one.
Damn.
You know? Damn. And so now I'm like, all right. So that was my biggest fear. And like now my biggest fear, well, it has always been, it still is of love. I've only been with like very few people because I'm so afraid of like
Feel that.
The heartbreak. I felt like I have been heartbroken before, and that is the worst pain ever. And I've always been afraid of that. So
facts.
I haven't been to that bottom. So we'll see what comes to that.
I could speak to that bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel. I don't know. When it comes to love, like we're living in a time that people don't respect it.
Man,
people don't respect it, and they don't nourish it, and they're not tender to it.
It's all we
and
got,
I think, like what you're talking about, the love thing is like right here, because I feel like that's my bottom that I had experienced.
That's what
you know
it
what I'm saying.
Is. Everyone's
because the thing is,
lit.
God damn it, I feel when it comes to love, like you truly have to seek what was the most genuine love that you ever experienced. And that's the love we try to replicate, but what ends up happening is what you're talking about. Like, there are people who manipulate that in order to achieve getting what they want.
Yeah, selfish.
You know, and I've been in a hell of a lot of relationships, not like hell of a lot of relationships, like I date a lot of people, but I've been in, maybe I would say 90% of my relationships were all about manipulation, you know, and they were all people who wanted to manipulate me and control me and like,
damn,
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I love you, I want this, but it was I
want it my way type thing.
How you spot the signs?
I would say this: the signs are this. Cause I'm also a dumb nigga, you know what I'm saying? I like playing games too much too. The signs are this.
Yourself.
Yeah,
know yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you got the tattoo that says that too.
That's it. You know what I'm
already
saying?
know yourself. That's for sure. That's real shit.
I feel like when it comes to relationships, what I experience with manipulation is this. It's usually it'll start with I guess there's like a touch. Whenever, what I feel is the people that I've experienced this with are the ones that have that touch feeling. Like they enjoy touch, and they'll utilize their body as a means to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you know, my grandpa was a salsa dancer. You know what I'm saying? Like I got them roots, but it's like what I experience is legit people that just want to control. And I've always dated people because I wanted to save them. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to save people because I wanted to be saved. You know what I'm saying? And no one saved me. So I had to save myself. So therefore, I want to save others. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the women that I was with, all of them I wanted to save because I saw potential in them. I saw what they wanted. I saw what they could be. The maximum potential I saw in them. You see what I'm saying? So like the
save
women
them from what?
I don't know. It could be anything. So the last couple of relationships, one of them was like daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? Like had real legit, like never really had a connection with her father. And I was like, I know how to show her that. And I would provide that. But I was sacrificing myself for that. You see what I'm saying? And then like another one was like, I knew this girl could be like tenfold a great human being. But instead she wanted to, I don't know, she just wanted to kind of like enjoy, I don't know, she was physically attractive and that's all she wanted to do. She wanted to exploit that body. She wanted to use that as a means to get what she wanted and she did. But I just, what was your question again, John? You said what?
What are you saving them from?
What am I saving them from?
That one about the body, who was that?
We don't need to speak no one's names.
Who was that?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Was that Almeida?
Man.
Was that Almeida?
Ain't nobody got...
Okay, so it was, but I would concur that she had daddy issues as well, no?
Oh, yeah. I would say majority of the girls probably I dated had daddy issues.
Damn near every girl has daddy issues.
Why daddy issues? Because I found myself in the same predicament that a lot of girls I was with or that I, felt attracted to and had some kind of connection.
I think
it was daddy issues.
I think
most
some
girls
men
have daddy issues.
I think some men don't know how to love. That's why. I think men are not really taught how to love.
Right.
Like,
because I think men are not taught how to love. They're not really taught how to love a woman that's not like their sexual partner or that's not their wife. You know what I'm saying? Because my best students were women. I shouldn't say women. They were fucking little girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, I'm seeing these little girls as women. Bitch, what the fuck?
Right.
That's why those parents thought I was a fucking pedophile. They're like, he's too happy. He's having too much fun with these little kids. No, bitch, the one that's looking all weird over there is the one actually touching your kids.
You know what I'm saying? I got a coworker that's like an old white dude, and like
he look like a pedophile.
He always talk about the kids, and like they're so cute, and I think he's a pedophile.
No, but he genuinely loves kids.
I don't know, bro.
No, because look, I do this. When I see kids in the
that.
store, bro, I just want to grab them and like chew it. You know what I'm saying? They just cute. You know what I'm saying? Just like, ugh. Like I see the little fat cheeks and shit. I want to bite that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I just want to like grab them and squeeze them and just like, I don't know. They look like a little teddy bear. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Kids are cute.
I think when I was teaching the kids, like the girls knew. They knew, like they gravitated towards me. They wanted to like be around me and hold me and things like that because they're like I know what it is. It's the fact that men don't know how to show love to women in a non-sexual way.
Right.
Because we're living in a very hypersexual society.
Tell it.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay? Talk while I listen.
That's why Tommy has left us. But when he said that he was abstinent for a year before marrying his wife, I 100% aligned with that. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most difficult thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see it all, ooh.
And you know you can get it easy too.
And you just like, damn, that's my girl. I want that shit.
And there's more to this connection
Shit, fuck
than
the
just
late night
sex.
box. You know what I'm saying? That shit's right here in front of me.
And
it's like,
no, that even shows like solidifying that they have a connection with each other because it's more than just sex.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So if I go a whole year that we're just like vibing off each other and what are
That's
you about?
wild.
That's real.
That's what happened with my little thing. We wasn't doing a damn thing for a year.
Damn.
But he's old though. So
He older than me?
okay. So let's talk about age then. Older.
Age ain't nothing but a number, girl.
Because I was 19 when I met him. I had turned 20. We didn't have sex until we was 21, and he was 30.
Yeah, you were like
30, like
Damn.
10 years older, 11 years older.
Damn.
But he respects you enough though.
Yeah.
You better grab that bitch.
He respects you enough and was like, yo, I'ma chill.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I will say this, and this is probably why he was able to do it. Number one, I'm cool as shit. But number two, he had a baby on the way when I first met him. So like as we were together, I watched this little girl from like the vagina come out and be 4 years old. So I was like playing stepmama. That's what I meant when I said I left school because like I had a family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I felt. I was like being a mom. I was like cooking and cleaning and shit. And I was young still. I hadn't done anything. But I didn't want to. I thought this was like, this is what you live for. But it's not. It's more than that though.
Do you think God then used a part of that to transform you and come out of what you came out of? And
fortunately and unfortunately, yes.
But yeah.
The human me is like, I hate it. But the one that's spiritual and knows I'm going to live longer than this, yeah. It was for a reason.
I feel you.
Still broke my heart though.
Right. I think.
But that's why I still believe in love though.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't be like, fuck niggas. Yeah. No. Every time I go through something, I'll be like, ooh, the next one gonna be even greater. You know what I mean?
I'm glad
Let's
you said
go.
that because I think a lot of women in general, especially unfortunately black women, can do that because they realize they just that whole phrasing, niggas ain't shit.
Yeah.
I think that's so to know that you didn't give up because what happens is, the niggas can't be shit and all of them aren't, but at the same time, you also have to be willing to say, I'ma still believe in this. And the
nigga that is the shit.
Exactly.
That's the shit for me,
because then you cancel out everything else and a good nigga do come your way and now you done fucked it up. You have to, it ain't about the niggas, it's also about you saying I'ma still love though. I'm not gonna love ignorantly, I'ma still love.
I'm definitely going to. That's like my favorite. Because I know I know it's achievable because I know I can give it. And if I know I can give it, somebody else can. I'm no different from anybody else.
And the fact that you could even see like when you see other people in love, it like brings like warmth to your heart. That you're like,
it makes me so happy.
Fuck, like
I love love.
So
I love
that
it.
goes to show you something good because everyone will feel good just looking like damn.
They still making romantic comedies.
Yeah.
It's been years since them bitches has been out. Why? Because the human heart. I hate romantic comedies, but I will watch it, and there's no matter how much I hate it, my heart says, "Damn, that's a touching shit." Yeah, regardless how cheesy the shit is, regardless if it had a good storyline or not. At the end of the day, and you know how the motherfucker is gonna end because they all end the exact same. But there's still that feeling. You be like, "Damn, I really hope that's real. I really want that." You know.
That's why I love Disney movies.
Niggas ain't just making that love up. That's real written shit that somebody went through.
Somebody felt that. That's real somewhere,
it may be cheesy.
goddammit.
It's real somewhere. It may be cheesy as fuck, but a nigga somewhere was like, and they said, "Oh, we can make it better." And they fucked it up, but it came from a real place, and it was like, "Yo, that's love." That's love.
What's love got to do? I can't hit a note right now. There you go. Hey.
Anyway, okay.
Fuck it up.
Okay, now
we
me.
can start our own church choir up in this bitch, okay? Shit. The neighborhood is really a church, y'all. Y'all
We
being
just wanted to
converted.
bring
Y'all
y'all.
being converted tonight.
Did you know that's God?
Yo, real talk though, like
Little did you know.
yeah. I don't know. I think on
Nah,
that
man.
I think
Nah,
on that
man.
love
That's for
tip
me.
too, I think some people are just afraid of it because they've been hurt. But like you just need, I don't know, like I've been hurt multiple times, you know what I'm saying? And that don't mean I don't stop loving, you know? This is what I feel. I feel that the only way this world can be fixed is you just gotta show love. That's it. You know, have a little bit of, you know, spice. Cause you know, I ain't gonna stop being a little fucking racist sometimes, but I still love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't say things to hurt people. I say things because I love people. You know what I'm saying? I jokingly say, I'm that comical relief. You know what I'm saying? In like those Shakespearean plays where they show all the emotions, I'm like that comical nigga that always come in the middle, like right before you gonna cry, I'm be like, what's up, nigga? What you doing right now? You look like a little bitch right now?
I would say that you are a very special individual, and a lot of people love you.
Nigga, you don't almost get put in special ed because you're not special. You know what I'm saying?
It's that you are raw and uncut. You know what I mean? Like basically how I feel. Like you're gonna tell everyone exactly how you feel.
That's it.
So it's like,
and you said it in a funny way, so it makes people like you.
Cause you're unorthodox, right? But
right,
yeah. But it's
because you're still an asshole at the end of the day.
Right, because it was mean as fuck. But
I like,
yeah. But it's because people will fake. You feel me? Like they're like, oh, what do you think of this? Oh yeah, it's cool. But you're the person that's gonna let them know, like, nah,
bitch, that shit ugly, and why you didn't do it like this?
And you need to do it like that. Yeah, but you're gonna make the person better.
But she's still laughing at you though. Yeah. You know, she's not mad at you that you said it. Like when I be like, "Aren't you dumb messy?"
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, did you take offense to that? And you're like, nah, girl, no. I'm like, oh well, cool.
Yeah,
because you know yourself.
Yeah,
and that's what's
it.
up.
Just that's it.
People gotta know themselves and know they damn lane.
Exactly.
It goes
the
full
lane,
circle,
man.
like Noah
full
says.
circle.
Full
Damn.
circle.
Noah, we miss you,
I
dog.
saw him in the store. I said full circle. He just looked at me like, what
the fuck? He's like, what the fuck? This nigga real talk about this podcast shit in real life.
I didn't even say nothing.
Right.
Like Noah looked at me and I was like, full circle, and he's just like, the fuck?
That nigga knew. Yeah, now lanes. I think this. Okay, so it goes into a conversation I had the other night. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna talk. Yeah, let's smoke this. Wait, no, we do. Bitch, we got fire in the house. Okay,
I got a whole stove in there. I'm
bitch,
sure
we got fire. Okay, I will say this. I think sometimes people get so caught up in the way that they want things. Like, I need things to be done like this, and one foot in front of the other, and right after. Nigga, that's not how life works. Life is a fucking hurricane. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. fucking Houston. But
oh my God.
I will say this. When it comes to like how you need to cope with things and how you need to like connect to things, it's like what I was sharing with my girlfriend the other day. I told her this. I said, in order for me to understand things, I have to communicate with other people. That's the only way that I understand things. I can't just sit in my own thoughts and like, oh my God, because I'm going to be like in my own thoughts and I'll be like, oh, squirrel. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, this. And I'm like, so I need like a real nigga to come up to me and just be like, okay, look, nigga, we going to talk about this shit. Hey, don't get distracted, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit I have. And that's what I need. And so I remember I shared with like, hey, I was like, babe, I understand now. I understand you need quality time. I know you want that and you desire that and I haven't been giving it to you. And she's like, I've always been telling you that. I've always been saying that. And you don't listen. I was like, it's not that I don't listen. It's just like, I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I need it explained a little bit differently. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't almost fail fucking third grade because I didn't know how to cursive. It's just like, bitch, I wasn't getting it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Teach me different.
I said I can't make this line loop like
so
this.
So tell me another way to do it because I can't do it how they doing it.
And it was like, I think she came to the realization when I shared with her, she was getting frustrated at the fact she's like, oh, you're sharing information with like people again. And I said, no, it's not that. I said, you gotta I communicating what I need to get done. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm openly gossiping about this shit. It's just like I need to get something done.
Interesting.
And I'm seeking to get something done. You see what I'm saying? And then I saw this like in her face, kind of like relief, because she was like, damn. I get it. Like, he's doing what he needs to do in order to achieve getting what asking. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people miss that, is that it's not about me just asking him what I need or telling him what I want.
Exactly.
I have to tell him what I want, but wait enough for him to actually process it, because he may not understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Especially if this is new. Look at the history that he just laid out for us, the female history. He may not know how to really do this.
Hell no, I don't know how to do this, nigga.
And so it's like,
every
I
single
gotta take
woman
that
I
chance.
was with, bro, manipulated me, bro. Every single woman that I was with try to change me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've been going through change my whole fucking life. So when you try to share something with me that you want, I'm like, oh shit, this bitch trying to fucking change me. I'm gonna have to fucking square up. I'm gonna try and knock some teeth in.
Yeah, I gotta put my foot down.
Budging.
Yeah.
But instead, no one has ever articulated to me like, hey, this is what I desire, this is what I want, this is what I need. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm like, okay, let me go, they're like, okay, who wants to be a millionaire? Choose your option of like, you know, your fucking help. I'm like, nigga, I'm phoning in every time. Shit.
Lifeline.
Bitch, I know the answer. I think I know the answer. I might be the answer.
Yeah, let me go communicate.
Let me figure this out.
And it's not to go gossip. It's to say, I'm really
exactly.
close,
ain't gossiping.
but
Shit.
can you fucking help me make sense of this? Because
Let me tell you something. Gossiping is if I was talking about some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shit. Damn. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. It ain't about that though. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That was young Aaron.
Yeah.
Damn. That shit feel. Oh. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
That part. But those conversations don't exist no more. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Hey, shout out to Barbie one time.
For real.
Huh?
He's the creator of that.
That's my real nigga right there.
Barbie is.
Yo, one of my good. Hey, dog. Joe's having a baby.
No way.
Fuck way, bro. Joe's having a baby.
Fuck way.
Hey, Joe.
Damn.
His child's due in June. Yeah, congrats, Joe, the real one. TBK, president. Later president. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy. He's
damn.
building his family.
I will say this though, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Damn, full circle.
Full circle.
I feel like sometimes when you see these things, you're then conditioned to think, oh, I'm next. It's time to fall in line.
And I think that's
what I'm saying.
That's society for you.
And
social media, all that.
To be like, nah, not yet, not for me.
I hate when niggas say I want to go on vacation. Bitch, I ain't going on vacation. I'm a journalist. I'm going and documenting. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going on vacation. When I went to Japan, nigga, I didn't fucking vacation. I told my nigga, I said, I don't want to do nothing that people go to. I just want to roam. Yeah. He said, fuck yeah. That nigga was like, I gotta eat.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
That's how you. What?
I don't go.
Why would I want to go where the tourists go?
Yeah,
I never do that.
That's where the sheep go.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? To go spend your shit? No, you go with the people. You go where y'all partying at. When I went to Puerto Rico, let me tell y'all some shit.
Oh, shit.
When I went to Puerto Rico.
Food was bomb or what?
Okay, yes. First of all, mofongo, rice and beans is what I had like every day.
That's
Hell yeah.
Shit.
I loved looking at the people's faces, the diversity and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
She said, I want me a Puerto Rican man. That's what she
Fine
said.
too. That's fine too. You know what I'm saying? Love is love. But my friends and I had like gotten a condo from this pilot that one of the other girls, she was an airline stewardess, and the pilot that she knew had a house in Puerto Rico, and she's like, we could all stay there in May. And I was like, okay, so this was May of 2016. And I'm like, all right, so it's all of us in this big ass house, and we get on like Hollywood dresses on, heels, all this shit. Thinking we going party in Puerto Rico. Yeah, it's a Friday night. I know what's going on. So we ask like the people in the front, like, hey, where should we go to like party tonight? And they're like, oh, go here. Whack. Like, it was like stupid. So we asked like this lady that was like shooting up. It looked like she was ready to like nod off type of high. It was like, where do we go to party? She's like, you guys go to whatever street and whatever street. You guys are tourists, right? Yeah. Where do we go? Where do the real people go? She was like, go to this street, whatever. We go in our dress, in our heels, like we Hollywood status. And this shit is like bungalows. But literally it's like 10 blocks of nothing but parties inside of like houses that they've made into clubs. You don't pay to get into not one of them.
Damn.
Everybody got on shorts,
how you know it's a real
regular
motherfucker,
shirts,
dog.
bras.
That's like where we went.
It was bomb.
Was it called El Yunque?
Oh my God. So it's right next to El Yunque Forest.
Bro,
but it was
that's
like over
where we
there
went.
though.
But we didn't go during touristy
I don't know if she
time.
was next to were you next to the beach or not? Maybe two different spots.
We were not next to the beach.
Yeah, we were next to the beach.
But that's how they turn up
That's
over
how
there.
they do it. We were turning up in the dirt. And literally, it was
bro, they were serving us red cups and they were making that shit. It was like 80% alcohol,
Oh my
20%
God.
soda.
Oh my God.
$3. Yo, I drank
All
one
night,
drink.
too.
And
The shit, like, barely
I drank
closed.
his shit too because he's like, yo, like, fuck this. And I drank both of them. I was fucked up off of
Nigga, it
fucking
was like a house
$3.
party.
It's
like, I could
literally
live
like
this
a
life.
row
I would
of
move
all
here.
houses that are club, and you just walk in, music playing at this one, that one. They got this kind. Ain't no food being served. We just in there like really sweating our asses off.
Damn.
And it was for sure people shooting up over there. There's no police, no security, really. You know what I'm saying? It's just people having a good ass time, and that was like the realest shit.
I feel like in
dope.
Puerto Rico, the whole like Island is just having a good ass time. I mean, not that everyone's having a good ass time, but I mean, like, I felt more alive when I was out there. Like,
on the island, you always have a good time because
I feel like here we're just
time in the world.
No
worries.
work,
That's it.
We work all the time.
All
here.
the time.
Hell yeah.
It's like
It's a luxury to be even able to get on a plane and go to another state, let
On
alone another
vacation,
country.
Yeah.
That's why people from the hood be like, I ain't never been nowhere. I ain't never left Compton.
I was literally just telling my girlfriend about that. Like, there's some people out here who have never left the fucking neighborhood block that they've been on.
That's sad.
And low key cool with it. They like, I ain't missing nothing. Never left the block.
Right.
Yep.
I'd never heard of that
That's
until I got
sad.
down here. It was like, I've been on this block for as long as I can remember.
You're fucking ridiculous.
Never left. I couldn't imagine wanting to stay in one spot.
That's hella control, bro. That's limited.
and don't want to
And
leave?
don't want to.
Because
like,
it's institutionalized.
What is here that I'm missing?
They don't know nothing else, you know, and it's like, fuck,
and
bro,
don't want to
like,
know, though.
That's the part,
Yeah.
though. That part.
That's
is
what
don't want to
bothers
know.
me.
Because you get stuck in that
Man.
train of thought. You feel
too
me? It's like
comfortable.
that's all you know.
I never want to be comfortable. Let's get out of this.
It's
That's
like
the only way you could grow is to be uncomfortable.
I was just telling Tommy that.
I bet you if you take any of those people that said they don't want to go, like literally, like you blindfold them and then you drop them off somewhere else, you know, they're never gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't want to go. Now they're like, yo, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Right.
That goes
What
back to
else?
like,
What am I
I forget
missing?
what the hell the Socrates quote is or something, but there's something with Socrates that, or was it Plato? It was one of those that they were in a cave, right? And then all they saw was like the shadows of these figures. And they thought those were like the gods of their world. But then come to figure out once they leave the cave, they're like, holy shit, like there's a whole nother universe. But they never could have even imagined that because they were only exposed to those shadows in the caves. So it's like once you see that there's a whole nother world, you know, the fucking everything changes. It's just like
opens up for you.
I don't even know who I am.
You ain't in tunnel vision no more. It's open.
Yeah.
You're not stuck in like a hole. You can actually back up out the hole and see, you know, what else is out there.
And that just goes to anyone in like inner city situations that's like they've been limited so much that they can't even see that, oh, I could be president one day, I could be this, because it's like I felt like when I was younger too, like you know, people in school tell, oh, you be a doctor, this and that, but I felt like I never saw people that looked like me in those positions, so it was like, fuck that, like,
So can I do that?
yeah,
You know?
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
That's why when people have idols or like people they look up to, it's because they see something in them that looks like them. It makes me feel like I could do that too. When I look at Issa Rae, I see she went to my high school. She looked like me, you know what I'm saying? One of my good friends is like her best friend. I'm like this close. I could possibly do that. She came from the kind of same upbringing that I had. I don't know her whole life, you know what I'm saying? But I can kind of do that. Okay, I see myself doing that. Even people that I just see on like Instagram and stuff. That's why we kind of get caught in that comparing your life type shit too. So you got to be careful.
You can't go too deep. You can't go too deep.
You gotta be careful with that shit.
It's like as a kid when you go down in the jacuzzi, you know what I'm saying? Or in the pool. You're walking down and your mom's like, don't go too far now. Don't go too deep now. Or, you know, don't go out because you're going to fall in. And you take that risk, that's it. You start drowning. You end up like dad, full circle. You end up like dad underwater and shit. You know, it's just, I don't know. People just...
I see full circle now.
People just need to like learn how to be mindful. I think don't be afraid, but
don't be
mindful.
Naive.
Yeah, be aware
everybody
of your
ain't out.
surroundings.
It's some evil motherfuckers out here. Don't get
Hell
me
yeah.
wrong. It's
For
some
real.
people that do need to go to somebody's hell. You know what I'm saying? Whatever type of hell you believe in, that's the one they should be in. Because everybody ain't for
Jaybee
this.
said, "Go there, motherfucker."
Yeah, down. Get up out my fucking face. I rebuke all that. But yes, for the people that's not like that, you know, they need to not be naive about the people that are. Because it's some terrible motherfuckers out here.
I feel you on that.
Okay, I got a question along those lines. So, like, when you have a person like my mom, she made sure she did everything she could to reach a financial status where she could take care of us and not have us worry about anything. But what do y'all say when it's time to push past that moment? Like, to this day, I go home and ask my mom, I'll be like, "Ma, what else did you want to be besides like an accountant officer? Like, she audits accounts for like Mercedes-Benz and shit like that. But like, was that your real purpose? How do you get past the point where you say, all right, I've made it comfortably as far as finances, but I'm not necessarily doing something that my heart was always in." Because she tell me all the time, I mean, who the fuck went to school to be an actual accountant? Like, I want to do accounting.
That's what you want to do.
Right. But and you can tell in her demeanor is not. So like, how do you as a person, when you have a family,
You look forward.
and you look at your surroundings and you see, okay, I'm doing better than what the means were when I was growing up. But
is this what actually makes me happy?
This is what How do I? Yeah.
So I feel like you
Do I
gotta
feel this?
You gotta look forward. That's it. It's like what JB was saying. She was like, "Well, you gotta stay in your lane." In swimming, they teach you stay in your lane. You only look forward, because the thing is, if you get distracted and you look to the side, people will pass you up. So that means you always need to progressively.
But I'm saying though,
you have to progressively seek to grow yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to progressively seek to grow yourself. So I'll give you an example. Sometimes I think like women get stuck into like the mommy thing and like raising the family and doing all that. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna let my wife do that. I'm gonna tell her, look, the kids need to figure out their own shit. We need to figure out our own shit. That's it. I'm gonna still love and nurture and care and like take care of my children.
Gotta
and I'm
raise
gonna
the
guide
kids,
them.
and you know what?
No. I'm gonna guide them. I'm gonna raise them. However, they also need to understand how to grow themselves.
No, but also too,
I see what you're saying, Aaron.
fathers need to play the role in like nurturing and taking care of the kids too.
100%, I agree. 100%.
They always see, like, let's say like a man helping with the housework, like, oh, he's helping his wife. Nigga, you ain't helping. You doing your part. Because when you say help, you're defining that, oh, it's her duties. You're assisting her with that, but she's the one who's supposed to be doing this shit.
Yeah.
When it's like, it's not supposed to be like that, bro. Like, she needs help. She's a person too. When she gets off work, what, you expect her to do this on her own? Like, that's fucked up.
I agree.
damn.
You're supposed to say, oh, women are delicate, nigga, then help her.
I feel you.
And my mom was a single mom, so that's funny you say that because she didn't have that.
Bitch, get your ass.